on the Wisconsin On Demand app, which also allows you to get our podcast. Google Play, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and, of course, Stitcher. I'm Jason.
Hey, there it is. There we go.
Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And Mr. Perfect, who doesn't make any mistakes.
No, nothing perfect. I'm nervous because I'm trying something different today.
Wearing a red shirt?
Do something different. No, I'm a bullfighter today. I'm going to.
He's Mark Tauscher, by the way.
I'm doing a foot bath while the show's going on.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Tell me if it's crazy.
Can we turn?
No. You're not going to see. You're still only going to see up here. But I'm going to put a little foot bath, and I'm going to get my feet. My feet are beat up. I've been, whether it's walking, golf, playing
hardest working man in show
coaching
business.
baseball. Is this something? Because listen, this is no longer just audio. We're doing digital. We're on video. I don't think this is what people want to see. I'm not going to show it a ton, and there might be.
Wait a minute! Wait! You said you weren't going to show it at all. Now you said you're not going to show it a ton. So you're going to show some of it?
I think I'll have to show a little.
All right. Is it too late to get a cousin sub of the day? Is it too late for that?
Oh, yeah. No point in no return now.
No one wants to see your feet, man.
I think you're right. Listen, I'm not going to focus on it. It will be in commercial breaks.
No,
so
I'm leaving during commercial breaks.
Go ahead. What do you think? I'm worried that you're leaving in between breaks?
I might not come back.
Go feed the cats. Do whatever you want. But I'm debating. I'm thinking because I'm trying. Jesse and I have a couple of fun ideas planned. I don't know when we're going to implement them, but we got.
Is
some
this
fun
one
stuff
of them?
planned. No, but
then what are you doing, man?
Ideas. I don't know, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to try it because I want to try new things. I want to grow. And this is going to be one of the ways we're going to grow.
All right, we're polling this. We're polling
No,
this.
We're not.
Yes,
we're not.
You can't stop me from polling this. No,
that's
nothing
true.
you can do.
I can't. Well, then I can start pulling some things you don't. I can start sound graphing some things you don't want.
Do you want to see? Do you want to see? You don't. You're not making sound graphs either. So who are you kidding?
Retaliation.
Yeah, but I can push Jesse to make
spite.
sure he writes.
Oh, you can bully him into doing things you want. Fine. Here's the bottom line. I want to know if a poll that asks, "Do you want to see Tausch getting a foot bath and seeing his grimy, disgusting feet on the video chat or on the video stream, yes or no, during Wilde Tausch?" I want to see if that's a canyon or if there are enough Rex Ryans out there that are intrigued enough to see this, that it would do better than 2%.
I told you that there are freaky people out there that pay for just feet. It's like an OnlyFans for feet, and they take pictures and sell their feet pictures.
So you're thinking you might have another revenue stream?
No, I'm not a foot model. I know where I'm at in life. I know who I am. I got ugly feet. I've always had mangly feet. It's never been one of my strengths.
If we poll this, do you do better than the 2% that the Canyon folks actually knew who the game Canyon was? Will you do better than 2% of people saying they want? Like, is it almost like a car accident that you're driving by that you don't really want to look, but you look anyway?
No, I don't think I'm going to get over 5%.
I got to just get over 2 to avoid a canyon.
Yeah, I think this could be close to canyon. If you want to do it, because I'm about content, I want to entertain. You can run the poll. I'm going to still do the foot bath. It's not going to be on screen, but you're going to hear. I think you might hear some buzzing. If you hear buzzing, it's not. I'm not being swarmed by bees, but I'm going to get a little stream going. I want to get the full effect, and I'm going to probably do it for 2 hours. So I'm looking at a 9:30, 10 o'clock start with my foot bath Thursday, since I'm off tomorrow. Otherwise, I was going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Not that you couldn't do
it. Foot Camp Friday. That's good, Matt. That's good, Matt. Hey, here's my De Niro. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Do you bounce, do you bounce these ideas off of anyone before you just announce them on the radio?
I did bounce this idea off of one other person who thought it was a horrible idea.
Does her name rhyme with Sarah Tauscher?
It could, yes.
Jesse, as the director of content or whatever it is your title is at ESPN Madison, you do have some measure of a management supervisory role. What would you... Jeff and Monroe. Yikes! No feet, please.
That's fair.
Jesse, what would you say is the appropriate response from a managerial position to this suggestion?
Number one, does it put you in any danger? Could you get hurt doing this while on the air?
Could hurt my eyes.
I'm a little nervous because I am hooked up to equipment, and I will have electrocuted. I don't think so, but I'm willing to take that risk for content. Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Can we cite avoiding electrocution as the reason to not do this?
It's not going to... Here's the deal. If I thought it was going to affect you guys, I wouldn't do it. The only thing I don't know is what the buzzing... Bzzz, I don't know.
Call Mosquito
if
Joe.
That's going to be infected. If it is buzzing and it's affecting the show, I will stop. I'll stop it. But I'll continue to soak my feet.
I've been convinced. I'm intrigued what's going to happen, and anything that creates compelling content leads me to think we should do it. So, Tausch, I'm all for Foot Bath Friday on Thursday.
We're a democracy. We got 66% of the vote. That's what's happening. Yeah, I would think that this is not going to get a high amount of votes. If Jason does want to poll this, I think it'll be in the 90s. Probably no.
All right. Well, I've gotten my alerts from both Twitter and Facebook that the video is fully up and going, so people can tune in. You're promising that this will not be... You will not be unveiling your 10 little piggies during the actual show. You're going to do it during a break.
I'm not even sure enough. It's a good question. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. Not initially. Maybe a post game wrap up, but no, not during the show.
John and West Bend text in, it's a radio show, so most of us are just listening and can't
see anything through the radio.
Yeah, tell that to Tausch, because Tausch has decided we're a TV show now. Like he doesn't think about the. It's all about video. He's Johnny Video. Yeah.
Well, no.
Video killed the radio star.
It's still about doing a good radio program and giving topics and doing talking Packers and doing the stuff that we always do.
But do you think this is like
we're in a new world?
You think this is Get Up? This is a localized Get Up.
I do not think this is Get Up, but I do think that if we're going to do this, I want to do it well. And I want to have some fun with it, and that's what we're going to do.
And you think doing it well is showing people your feet?
No, I think being relaxed and comfortable in front of the camera with a nice foot bath is going. This is one of the things we talked about in the beginning of this show. I pushed for a foot bath Friday. You know, when Tony was here, let's go do pedicures. Let's go when we were up at Kohler. We're going to go do pedis. We're going to do this because I don't think men take very good care of their feet. I think women do. And I think that we need to continue to promote men's health. And as I heard in Forrest Gump, what was the big thing? What did Lieutenant Dan have to tell Forrest? What was the biggest thing, the biggest problem that people had when they were fighting in Vietnam?
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Keeping their feet dry.
Amen. Foot health. Foot Bath Friday.
So this is a public service that you're doing. You've convinced
yourself.
It's not
a public service, but it is.
It's the spread
Thank
the word.
you for allowing us to give a public service. No, I just think it's good. I think it's good.
All right. So you're saying you're targeting 9:30 for this?
Well, I got some work to do here. I got to figure out where this is. I got to make sure the water's warm.
So wait, you come into the show with this idea. There is no tub filled. You haven't put like your Epsom salts or whatever it is you're going to put in there. So none of it's prepared.
Correct.
Just out of curiosity, since I know your IT department very well, are you enlisting the help of others to put together your foot bath, or are you going to do it
all by yourself?
To
a certain extent, not The main thing, which is going to be the water and everything else, that'll be Old T in breaks. That's what Old T is going to do in breaks. Now, Dean, you rascal! I'm trying to get over a foot fetish. Now that might be tweet of the day. Up to this
Dean
point.
in Waukesha texts in, for those of you that are listening on the radio, because it's not a television show, I'm trying to get over a foot fetish, and this just might do it.
Amen. I should call Rex Ryan and see if maybe this will help Rex, too.
We already made one Rex Ryan joke today. We've met our quota. All right, so as Tausch, I want to get to break on time for you so you can start, putting together.
Okay.
Do you use?
That'd be a first.
Are these like?
That'd be a nice first.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good one. Do you use bath salts? Do you use like a bath bomb? What exactly do you put in your little tub by your toes?
I haven't done this as much as I'd like, so I don't know for sure. I will figure that out and get back to you. I love a good bath bomb, but I think this will just be some nice crystallized salt that will hopefully get some exfoliation. I need a little exfoliation is what I need, Jason. Exfoliation.
All right, well, there's nothing I enjoy more than when Tausch surprises me on this show with something that has not been discussed at any level, in any way, with anyone related to the show. So, we are going to go with it because that's what makes this show the incredible entertainment that it is. So, Tausch, you get your little feet ready and tell us about Gina Della at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and then Foot Bath Friday on Thursday because you're off tomorrow.
Correct.
Will commence.
Yeah, I don't know where the transition is with that, but I do know this. You want to have good feet. You want to have good windows in your house. You don't want to have different climates throughout your house. You're not looking for wild temperature swings and moods that lead to those bad mood swings. No. Call our gal. I guarantee you she knows a good pedicure. Gina Della from Pella today. Say goodbye to that drafty house with stunning new windows and doors from Pella. In order today, you get 0% interest for 48 months. I haven't ran this by Gina yet, but I think if you do this before May 31st, I'm going to ask her if she'll throw in a pedicure. You go into Pella.
My God.
You get the windows ordered, 0% for 48 months. You get it done by May 31st. Again, this is not sanctioned. I'm not saying this for certain. I'm going to ask Gina if she'll throw in a gift certificate for a pedicure at some spot. But I can guarantee you get 0% interest for 48 months. Hurry up. This offer is only good through May 31st. Certain restrictions do apply. Visit their beautiful showroom in Brookfield. Haven't seen a foot bath in there yet, but there's a car wash. I know there's a car wash right next to it. Or order online at PellaWI.com.
Do you discuss anything with anyone ever before you do it or say it?
Why?
Because now you've just added a promotion.
No. I said I'm going to talk it over. No guarantees. It's alleged. I'm saying I think that Gina and I will work it out. If you go in there and say, you know what, Tausch said I could get maybe a pedicure if I order a brand new set of windows for my house, Gina and I will work it out. How's that? But it's nothing guaranteed. But what is guaranteed, Jason? 0% interest for 48 months, which is better than any pedicure you could have.
I couldn't agree with you more. There's a lot of things better than you and your feet being on the video. Well, I'll find out together. I will put the poll in the field. I would tease something coming up next, but how the hell do I know what's coming up next? It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, telling you that now is the time to call Mosquito Joe of Madison. If you're like me, you're looking forward to grilling and hanging out in the backyard this summer. Don't let Mosquito stop you. My family and I, we are so happy to have Mosquito Joe on our team. So thankful they were able to help us out last year, and we know trusting Mosquito Joe means we get to do less swatting and much more relaxing this summer. And Mosquito Joe now offers perimeter pest control to keep the ants, the stink bugs, the spiders, and other crawlers out of your house. Go to madison.mosquitojoe.com to request a quote today. That's madison.mosquitojoe.com. Outside is fun again when you go with Mosquito Joe.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Four-star quarterback commit to the University of Wisconsin. It is Mabry Matoyer. Tell Badgers fans, what are they getting in Mabry Matoyer?
I'm a dual-threat quarterback. When we need a first down, like, I'm the man to give the ball, put the balls in my hands and I'll make something happen.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, Nations Lending, and the Great Dane.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Pick the car deal that is right for you at Metro Ford of Madison. Like 0% APR financing for 66 months on the 22 Ford Mustang. $15.15 per 1,000 borrowed. You'll also receive a Chromebook, 4K Smart TV, or a $500 Visa gift card with purchase at Metro Ford of Madison.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and signups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays baseball, raise your game.
When you want to show just how you feel, come to Chalmers Jewelers. Our custom jewelers have been working day and night to come up with the most amazing custom jewelry. Truthfully, in the 30 years I've been in business, we have the largest inventory of custom jewelry that we have ever had. Amazing prices, amazing selection, and one-of-a-kind pieces. Come see our incredible variety at either location or chalmersjewelers.com.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Don't miss your chance to see the legends of golf when they come to Central Wisconsin this summer. Watch your favorite players like Steve Stricker, Ernie Els, Jerry Kelly, Padraig Harrington, and more up close as they battle for the 43rd U.S. Senior Open Championship at Century World in Stevens Point. June 27th through July 2nd. Buy your daily, weekly, or premium tickets now at ussenioropen.com. That's ussenioropen.com.
Wilde Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love.
We are 30 seconds into the poll and 7 votes into the poll. And as of now, 57% of you say no, you don't want to see his feet. 43% say yes. So what is that? Is that 2? Is that 3 out of 7 that said yes? Who are these people?
I'm going to vote no, I think, in that one.
Don't let that stop you. All right, the poll is in the field. I'm eager to see how it fares. I think there's people, again, it's the car crash effect. I don't think people really want to see it, but they want to see it anyway. They're going to look. So congratulations to you.
I tend to agree.
Hey, what do you want to talk about next, Tausch?
So this is what I got home. Big win for the ESPN Madison 100.5 Little League. We had our opener last night. This year, Max
opening
gets
day.
The ESPN team name. Eleanor has a different name, a different partner with her softball team this year, and they didn't win a championship. So you know how it goes. You don't win a chip, you move on. Regular season's great. Postseason, Sarah and Dion and the coaches didn't get it done. So
that makes Sarah Mike Budenholzer?
No, she never won a championship with the girls yet.
Sure.
Not yet. This will be
Monty Williams.
But we got it done last night, and I got home and watched, I think, probably the middle part of the fourth quarter of that Celtics Heat game. And I had a interesting thought that it's been percolating for a while. And that is regular season sports at the professional level, and football's going this way too. The regular season is becoming completely irrelevant. Like, completely irrelevant. If the Miami Heat are the best team, and listen, they smoked us. They were better than us. It wasn't like some fluke. Now, Giannis, if he's healthy, but we got beaten 5 games. It's not like it was some big fluke, right? That the 8 seed, then they beat New York, and now they go into Boston and beat Boston. And you just start wondering, everybody likes an upstart. Everybody likes, the competition, and postseason is where everything's at. But the watered-down version of playoffs and the fact that you're seeing teams that are basically using the regular season now as preseason and still finding ways to position themselves to win, it makes you wonder, what are we going to do? Why do we care in November, December, January, February, March? And the answer is we're not. And the worst part about this is the players aren't either. Players are taking these rest days and everything else because they know. And I blame the media as part of this too. It's, you don't win a ring, you suck. And so now all of these NBA guys are looking at it and saying, whatever. Hockey, greatest team in the history of NHL regular season, bye-bye after the first round. So the regular season's never been more irrelevant, and you know what? It's not going to get more relevant. It's only getting worse. And by the way, the one sport why I pushed forever and lost on this idea of college football, it's going down the same path. Regular season sports is, from a professional standpoint, it has gotten very localized already, and it's only gotten worse. And I blame us as the fan, but really the media, as far as why that's the case. It just doesn't matter as much. Doesn't matter hardly at all anymore. I blame you, Wilde.
Thank you. I don't think I view it that way at all, and I don't push for that. I'm the one who's always saying that seasons can be varying degrees of success. But does this leave the NFL as the last bastion of the regular season mattering? Because while the most important number 1 seed in football history was not useful or was not taken advantage of by the Green Bay Packers 2 years ago, the 2 teams that played in the Super Bowl last year were the top seeds in each conference. So while the Packers may have hurt our argument there, the Eagles and the Chiefs bolster the argument. Do you believe that the league that we spend most of our time watching and discussing is the last bastion of the regular season matters because they only play 17 games?
I do think it's the last group standing, but I think it's going to get more watered down, and I think you're going to end up seeing 8 playoff teams, especially when you can charge $110, $120 million to put it on a streaming service for a playoff game. So I do think that the NFL is the last one, but the NBA has been like this for a little bit, but it's gotten worse and worse. And I think the NHL, it just continues to – I don't know if there's an answer, and that's why I was a little hesitant to bring this up because, as you always know, I don't like bringing problems I don't have answers to. I don't really have an answer other than for NBA, you get all 7 games at home. And if you win that 1 seed, you should get more home games. Miami didn't care. They didn't care when they came into Fiserv and beat them, but at least I'd feel better about it if there was more on the line to get that 1 seed and make it even more valuable. That's the only thing I can think of is more home court. Don't make it 4-3, make it 6-1 or 5-2.
Let me ask an unpopular question. Why is this bad? Like, if you're going to the games or you're watching the games in the regular season still. Now, the load management thing is bad, in my opinion. It's bad for business. It's bad for the fans. It's not bad for players. I get it. I understand it. I understand the reasoning behind it. I don't have a problem with it from a player perspective, but it screws the fan. No doubt about it, right? The person who buys the ticket and, as you experienced, gets really, really irritated when they don't get to watch the best players, especially when it's a road game and you're excited to see your guy, the Joker, come in for the one time he's coming to town. Okay? So I get that.
And maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's not bad. I think it is because, Jason, the vast majority of your season is the regular season.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is the playoff picture more interesting because it's not just chalk? Does it make this time of year more interesting? And are people still going to go to games, especially if guys are still playing the vast majority? What is it, to win the MVP, you got to play, 65 out of 82 games? Is that right?
Yep.
And if that's applicable to all of your stars, great. My question is, if people are still watching the games on television, and I don't know, is there evidence that because the top-seeded, winningest teams in the NBA or NHL don't then advance in the playoffs this year, that people are watching less on Bally Sports Wisconsin or whatever else? I don't have the data on that. But if people are still watching the games and people are still attending the games, then is it really that bad of a thing that once we get to the postseason, nothing is guaranteed for the teams that were the best in the regular season?
Maybe it's not. I have always been a firm believer that the grind of a regular season and being able to overcome and persevere that, there should be big ups. But I also have always said, you know what, the NBA champion, a lot of times the Super Bowl champion isn't the best team. I can't think of a time where I could say, well, the NBA champion, that wasn't the best team. Very rarely. There have to be a catastrophic injury to really say that. You win 4 times out of 7, you're the better team. The same thing in hockey. So I don't. That's why, again, why I was a little hesitant. I just felt that way last night watching what was a play-in team and really probably disinterested for a vast majority of the regular season, inconsistent, all this other stuff, and they got hot. I was a part of a team that was a 6 seed that got hot.
Correct. I was just about to bring that up.
So that's where it's really tough to kind of put all that together and say, well, what's right and what's wrong? I just want the best teams to always win. And I think the NBA, for as much as I want to complain about it, Miami maybe just didn't put in the same amount of effort and energy that the Bucks and the Sixers or the Celtics did, and they may end up going. The Lakers are the same thing. And maybe that is good for sports. I just don't think it's good for your product when you can pin things down to a month and a half when you have it for 9 months. And you only have a month and a half that you really need to focus and care about, and you can be the greatest in that. I think that's a problem.
Jesse, does this bother you?
Yeah. I mean, you want the regular season to matter. What made college football great for so long and why I loved it is because every game was so important. But once you expanded to the playoff, suddenly it became a committee selecting, and it didn't matter what the result of every single game was. The NFL has always had every game matters more because of where the length of the season stands compared to these other leagues. I think it's been probably 10 or 15 years that we've been trending this way for the NBA. I can't speak to the NHL. I don't watch the regular season at all in the NHL. But in the NBA, we've seen as load management becomes more significant and as teams go on runs as 4 seeds, 5 seeds, now an 8 seed is all the way there with a 1-0 lead in the conference final. Yeah, it does feel like it's the second season, and it's a totally different game than what's played throughout the regular season, and that is a little irritating, but I don't think there's anything you can do about it. It's just been the evolution of the sport across the league as you introduce, trust the process and teams that are not as interested in winning games in the regular season when they're rebuilding, like the Spurs. Like, that's just the way that sports, and especially the NBA and the NHL, have evolved over the years.
All right, last thing on this before we shift gears. According to Fadeaway World, which is a basketball site, and that's why I'm wondering if this is maybe just a recency effect issue that we're reacting to here a little bit. Now, the Bucks were a 3 seed when they won the title. Are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. You all right with that?
Yeah. No, I'm okay. What I don't like is you hover. You're inconsistent. Your effort, and you're sitting guys, and then you just magically pop in and you win. Football, again, is different. We all understand because it's one game. And nobody says, bad, that was the best team all season. You can say it was the hottest team, and they are the Super Bowl champions, and there's something magical about that. I feel like you shouldn't be. With the NBA, as much data, you got 82 cracks at it, and then 4 series you need to win. And if you're an 8 seed, it just feels like there's something fishy about that. I just don't, and not fishy in like the normal fishy sense. It just doesn't feel right.
No malfeasance. So
it's not malfeasant.
Let me know if this changes
everything you're getting.
Right, that's what you said. It wasn't fishy. Let me know if this changes your mind. The number 1 overall seed in NBA championship history has won 50 titles. That is 67.6% of the titles. Now, obviously, that includes the Old Testament, like when the Bucks won their first title in 1971.
Yeah,
all right, so
give me the last 15 years of that.
Okay, well, I can't do that yet. If I could keep doing this for a moment, that would be great.
Okay.
The number 2 seed has won 16 titles. So that's 66 titles. That is 89. That's 90% of the titles almost. Okay?
Yeah, that's where it should be.
Number 3 seeds, including your Bucks in 2021, have won 7 total titles. 4 seeds have won 1. 5 seeds, 0. 6 seeds, 1. 7 seeds.
Rockets. Houston
Rockets. Yes, correct. Well done. 7 seeds, 0. 8 seeds, 0. Now, that could change this year. I get it. Mm-hmm. But the data would say that the vast majority has been either a 1 or a 2 seed in its conference winning the title.
Okay.
So maybe you are, as you are often is the case.
A moment.
You are no. That's actually not what I was going to say. You're ahead of the curve.
Oh.
I compliment you all the time. I don't know if you notice. You are often ahead of the curve, and maybe you are seeing a problem that has not yet become a problem, but this year is the start of the real problem. Because I just want to be clear, you're okay. The Bucks winning it, and forget about the Bucks. Team X winning it as a 3 seed in the East. You're fine with that. That doesn't undo the value of the regular season in your mind.
No, not at all.
But this year, if we have a Lakers-Heat final, which is not what you predicted, of course, because you predicted a Lakers-Celtics
I'd have a problem
final.
with that.
Then you're irritated.
I'd have a problem, but it would be tough luck for me. Tough luck for old T.
And you'd still play Prize Picks no matter what. All right, so we haven't really solved anything. We have identified a possible trend. Is Tausch ahead of the curve, or is he a prisoner of the moment? We'll have to wait and see. We'll also have to wait and see. 9:30 has passed, so maybe we're shooting more for 10 a.m.
So that'd be a 10 a.m. tip. Yep.
Foot Fetish Thursday.
Foot bath, not fetish.
I know what I said. And there's apparently about 15% of respondents who have that.
Is it
malady.
that high?
We'll check the poll.
Got a whole new audience tuning in today.
And we'll shift gears next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and our family, we have been looking to make the switch to solar for quite some time now. And we weren't even really sure where to start. And then we met the team over at Everlight Solar. And from the very first conversation, they have kept the process simple while also educating us on the benefits of solar. And man, are we happy we did. Not only are we saving a ton of money, but we're also creating a greener environment for our family and the whole community. Learn more at everlightsolar.com and schedule a no-cost consultation today.
When you're injured, call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 30 years and proudly partnering with Wilde Tausch. Miss any of the show? Find it with Wisconsin On Demand. Presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their new patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's like having a brand new kitchen. It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside, no drafts. It's a game changer.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends 5/31/2023.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
2023 is a very special year for Goodman's Jewelers. We're celebrating 90 years of serving the greater Madison area. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. Needless to say, that's a long time and a lot of great memories working with you, our customers. During these 9 decades, we've never deviated from our pledge to you, which is earning your trust, delivering top-notch service, and a selection that's second to none. Discover firsthand why Goodman's Jewelers is truly a destination worth reaching. 220 State Street, goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Life has its moments, times to remember and share. Make the most of those special occasions by visiting Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street. John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. We're here to help you make that perfect selection for your memorable moment. When you think of diamonds, you hear about color, cut, clarity, and carat weight. We can help you understand that. But we're equally concerned with earning your trust with the quality of our selection and our service. GoodmansJewelers.com, in the heart of downtown Madison. Truly a destination worth reaching.
Join Prairie Athletic Club today. Hi, this is Sarah Tauscher, and my family loves the Pack. Everything you and your family will need this spring and summer is all under one roof at the Prairie Athletic Club. Play on the basketball courts or soccer fields, swim in their indoor pools, or get ready for the outdoor water park season. Come see why the Pack is voted the best place to work out year after year. Save now until the end of May when you join the Pack today. Visit PrairieAthleticClub.com to join the Pack today. That's PrairieAthletic.com.
So, I have a question for all you guys out there. Why is it that I see you hauling all kinds of stuff in your trucks? Lumber, ATVs, furniture, and everything is strapped down tight. Except you. I mean, come on, fellas. You're just as important as your buddy's blue plaid sofa. Buckle up.
Pickups rock. They also roll. Buckle up in your truck and arrive alive. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison. everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Medicine. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
We will hold off on the responses to Foot Fetish Friday on Thursday here momentarily. We're getting a lot of them, and I'll give you an update on the polling, which it appears sanity is beginning to take over, hopefully. But I usually there's a lot of texts that we get on this show. The talk and text line, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Now, the best way, it would seem, to get your text read is to say, I couldn't agree more with Tausch.
That's not true. Why do you do that?
Because it is true.
Why do you do that?
It happens a lot.
Everybody
loves old T.
Jason,
I'm aware that you don't choose them. I understand that.
No, I don't see any of them. I don't have a clue.
That's not true at all.
I choose them, and I know we want you in a good mood, old T.
Exactly. Well done, Jesse.
So, yeah, I'm the one that you have to coddle on this group, Jesse. Get out of here with that talk. All right, move on. Now you're irritating me.
Oh, you're proving our point for us.
Is it touch? It's Wilde and touch, isn't
so,
it?
Touchy. All right, so we have a text that does not do that. Doesn't happen often. And it's a little bit of a celebration for Jesse and I. Jesse, what's the text about the regular season responding to Tausch?
Daniel and Madison, why would you have a problem with that? The Lakers were injured a vast majority of the year and got healthy. They have had the best record in the league since the All-Star break. I completely disagree with you, Mark.
Oh, I like that.
You got a mark,
That's
too.
when you know you disagree, when you say Mark. I don't mind you disagreeing. I don't know why you think that I get upset. Do you not? We've been doing this show almost 7 years. Do you not
all right,
know?
stop.
I like open and fair debates.
Yeah, but you
want
like to
more speech, not less.
You also like to
I
win.
want this.
You like to win. You like to be able to say
when I deserve to win.
I wiped the floor with Wilde there.
First off, I never talk like that.
Stop. Here's the question, because this is you just did again. I'm not talking. Here's the question. What's the reason this bothers you? Because you want the regular season to matter. Why? Because let's be honest, those people that are loyal to this show know that this is not a new discussion. It might be a little bit new to the NBA space, but you have talked about this about college football many times. You are very consistent in your belief that the regular season should matter.
So the reason from my end is I think when you play and you go through the grind and you're able to put together a magical or just a really good season where you dominate and you get to be a one seed, you still have to go. I'm not saying get rid of postseason. Not saying that at all. I understand you got to deliver when the money's on the table. That's why we appreciate the clutch players and the great players. What I don't like is rewarding mediocrity, energy conservationists that are kind of just biding their time and they're kind of setting up what matchups they want. It's really more about the Lakers and about the Heat and the fact that you have that talent. Now the Lakers, it's a little bit different because they completely overhauled their roster at the trade deadline and it's worked. And it's going to get them to the finals.
Correct.
More than likely. So I like seeing hard work pay off and be rewarded. And to watch what the Denver Nuggets have done the last 2-3 years, what the Milwaukee Bucks have done, where their star players, other when Joker came to Milwaukee and didn't play. When you see these guys competing and doing that night in, night out, I want to see that be rewarded. And I think this structure that this form of the NBA playoffs have, I don't think it does that. And
to be an 8 seed, you have to play in a play-in tournament first, even though.
I get it. I get it. I just don't like it. I'm not saying I'm right, and I'm not saying everybody agree with me. I'm not. I don't
know
need
you're
to
not.
be coddled.
We're just giving you a hard time. Would you relax?
What I do believe is that when you put in, I thoroughly enjoy when someone puts together a magical regular season and does everything right. I want
like
to
the
see
Boston
it get paid
Bruins.
off. Now, if you get gutted and someone beats you, it's different with the NCAA March Madness and with the NFL because it's only one game. But when it comes to playoff basketball and playoff hockey, you can't. It's 4. You got to win 4.
What about baseball?
And that's where.
Like for most of our lives, you and I, because we're a little older than Jesse, it was win the AL or NL East, win the AL or NL West, play in the ALCS or NLCS, play in the World Series. That was it. You either won your division or you were a loser, right? With the exception of like 1981 when there was a strike and they had to split the season. Mm-hmm. But for the longest time, that was all she wrote. Then they split into more divisions, and then they added wild cards, and that changed. So we can't look historically at baseball because for so much of it, it was the most valuable regular season going, right? But now they've watered that down too. Do you have a problem with that?
Listen, I don't like it, but I understand why they do it. I understand, and we all love playoff baseball. We all don't, but I love playoff hockey. So I understand the leagues are giving us what we want. All I'm saying is I do think we can't sit here. I have always railed against how college basketball is basically outside of the team you love or your school that you went to. Nobody cares. Wake me in March because that 2 or 3 week window is all that matters. And it's not good for the sport. It's not good for the NBA that nobody cares what happens in January and February and November because it doesn't really matter. Just get healthy and be ready to go for the playoffs. Have your stars ready to play. And that's the part I just am saying I don't think it's good for overall sport. I'm not saying from a fan's perspective. I love postseason sports probably as much as anybody. And entertain me. But I think it comes at a cost of the overall product. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think between Joker not playing in the game you were at the Fiserv Forum for and what we're seeing this year, I think there's a chance that you're not seeing a trend line and you're just a little prisoner of the moment-y. But I also think there's a chance that you're right about this, and this is where at least basketball and hockey are headed. I don't want to speak
potentially the NFL too.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for Lac LaBelle, which is an outstanding partner. I'm not sure they want to be attached to our next segment when we're going to talk about your feet. So again, and I don't know, maybe they have foot baths after you finish 18, but I think it would be best if you told us about how much you love Lac LaBelle now as opposed to next when we're going to talk about your feet and you've gotten some less than enthusiastic support for your foot bath plan.
Well, we have great support for our friends at Lac LaBelle. You can experience an American treasure in Oconomowoc this golf season at Club at Lac LaBelle. Club at Lac LaBelle is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin with a rich history you will feel once you arrive. You want to talk about all the great golf courses. You got the big championship up in Stevens Point. You got the AmFam championship down here. You have so many great golf courses, and this, the American treasure at Lac LaBelle, is the birthplace of golf here. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. A golf destination you're going to want to play over and over and over again. A historic past that meets a vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey today.
We're going to try and give Tausch's idea of Foot Bath Thursday the boot based on some of your responses. Next, it's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Only 4 teams remain in the NHL playoffs, and 3 former Badgers are still hoping to skate their way to the Stanley Cup Final. Derek Stepan is a center for the Carolina Hurricanes, who are preparing for a semifinal matchup beginning Thursday against the Florida Panthers. Stepan played with the Badgers from 2008 to 2010. The Dallas Stars are getting ready for a Western Conference showdown with the Las Vegas Knights and hold 2 former Badgers on their roster, including Joe Pavelski and Ryan Suter, who were teammates in 2004 at Wisconsin.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hi, this is Brian Posick, and I can't wait for Marco Sicchi's 5th annual Casting for Kids Fishing Tournament, Saturday, May 20th on the Madison Chain of Lakes to benefit the American Family Children's Hospital and the UW Carbone Cancer Center. Check in at the Alliant Energy Center at 7 a.m. Fishing starts at 8, happy hour at 2:30, then dinner and auction at 3:30. It's a great day for fishing and fundraising on Saturday, May 20th. Register now and check out the online auction at castingforkids.org. That's casting4kids.org.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Overheard recently at Pasquale's.
So what's the difference between traditional and original?
Good question.
And what do you do to make it so good?
It's all in the hands and the fresh ingredients.
I bet you have a good suggestion for the main course, too.
Go with the Cowboy.
The best margaritas in Madison, followed by the red chili pork and mole cowboy burrito with cheese and onions. Giddy up, cowgirl.
Pasquale's Cantina, bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina, Middleton and Verona.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, Interleague action takes center stage once again. Josh Naylor leads the Cleveland Guardians into Citi Field to face Francisco Lindor and the New York Mets.
Saturday on 100.5 ESPN.
All I need is a little love in my life. All I need is a little love in the dark. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart me and my broken heart. I need a little loving tonight. Hold me so I'm not falling apart. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart me and my broken heart.
I don't know who these people are. But you're doing better than you should be. A couple of tweets in response to our poll question, which is this. Tausch has decided he is going to give himself a foot bath during today's show. And we'll stream a portion of it on our video feed. I'm not making this up. I wish I was. Do you want to see Tausch's feet during today's show? Tell you where that balloting stands. After we're getting a lot of gifts. Gagging, feel like I'm going to throw up type gifts. Dumb
and Dumber, I'm guessing, with the little sander that's sanding the nails down.
We haven't gotten that one. No, that's a good one. Yeah, I have not got one. A cat shaking its head no back and forth repeatedly. Jim Carrey making his opinion very clear in a negative manner. But my favorite two tweets come from Spoosh. That's his Twitter handle.
Spooshy.
There is nothing grosser than feet. I said what I said. Spoosh and Hairball, which sounds like a cartoon on like the Cartoon Network. Hairball tweets in. Crashed my truck hearing old T talking about his foot bath. Now I need a tow truck.
Oh, that rascal. He's going to make me pull out my
everything.
He's got to pull my punt calendar out now. I got to try to find something foot-related.
All right, well, we'll give you some time to do that, and we'll tell you where this poll stands. We are in danger of ruining a very long streak of statistically significant polls that reach the 1,000 vote level. I'm going to guess that those who don't vote would vote no if they were to choose to vote. Or maybe they're embarrassed. They want to vote yes, but they can't bring themselves to do it. As of right now, we're over 300 votes. 88% of you say no. But an alarming 12% say yes. They want to see Tausch's feet.
That's surprisingly high.
Troublingly high, some might say. So give us an update. Where do things stand? Or
sit?
It's
happening. 10 o'clock hour. You may hear buzzing, which we hear your dogs barking and your cats purring and your laundry being crisply
I'm not
folded.
complaining about the buzzing. I'm not. My complaint is very clear. I do not want to see your feet.
Yeah, the polling is telling us that that's not going to happen, but I'm going to still do the foot bath. And I'm going to hear the buzzing, and I'm going to be relaxed as we're doing it.
Wait, so you're telling me that the polling is such that you are not going to show your feet during a commercial break on the video feed?
It's 80. What did you say? It's 88 to 12.
Well, what about those poor 12% that say yes? Don't you owe it to them?
I see what you're doing here.
We could do a commercial break special where the 12% get a live look-in during the commercial break, but not during the actual show.
Yeah,
I'm going to go get coffee during that.
In fairness, I don't even really know how I would do that. I don't have my IT department is no longer here, so I don't know if I'll.
Is your camera like permanently mounted to something?
Potentially, yeah.
That's quite a system you've got over there. All right, well, we'll all find out together, and some of us will leave if this actually comes together for them or not. But when you hear the buzzing, you know the foot bath is underway, just like the 10 o'clock hour will be underway in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
Norman, it's a fake. Great call and great execution.
execution. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Milwaukee Brewers fall 3-0 in a shutout loss to the St. Louis Cardinals last night at Busch Stadium. Cardinals take 2 of 3 from the Crew in the series, but good news entering play today. The Brewers still 1 game up on the Pittsburgh Pirates for the top spot in the NL Central standings. No game for the Milwaukee Brewers today. They are continuing their road trip traveling to St. Petersburg. They'll take on the Tampa Bay Rays over the weekend. 5:40 first pitch tomorrow night for the Crew and the Rays. NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks' latest head coaching candidate that's scheduled for an interview. Kelvin Sampson, former Bucks assistant head coach, currently the head coach at the University of Houston, where he led the Cougars to the Final Four just a couple of years ago. ESPN Adrian's Wojnarowski with plenty more on Kelvin Sampson and all the candidates the Bucks have been looking into to fill their head coaching vacancy over at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wilde Tausch on a Foot Bath Thursday continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
I've been grinding so long, been trying it for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
Tausch's IT department has chimed in on the private talk and text line as
You guys hear anything or not?
10 o'clock hour begins. All right, shh.
You guys hear anything?
Jesse, turn off the music for a second. Everybody, be very, very quiet. We're hunting foot baths.
There's an itty-bitty little whizzing, whirring sound in the background, but not much. Now we're good.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
We're good.
I don't hear anything.
Oh.
All clear.
All right, we're good then.
You know,
got an hour.
you-
got 2 hours of foot bathing.
You know what this means, Jesse.
I'm gonna do it every day.
You know,
every single day. Yeah. Promoting foot health.
Your official. Can we get like Dr. Scholes or something on board as a partner then, if we're gonna do foot baths every day?
Oh, my buddy Brad. My buddy Brad texts me. There's some type of like exfoliant. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but it basically is a foot peel that you put down on cracked feet. You remove some of the dead skin. So I don't want to like gross people out, but that's
late.
another thing that we could do. Oh boy. Okay.
What are you doing over there?
Joe in Manitowoc.
I'm trying to get. I got soap suds. I got like the suds coming out because I cranked it up too much.
Joe in Manitowoc wanted to know: do we not hear it because you have it unplugged and the IT department isn't there to resolve it? Or
Great question.
Hey, Joe, that's a fair question. I'm inept. That's fair.
So the good news is that this film that we're about to discuss, it's not exactly like there could be a spoiler to it. But I had been looking forward, we've talked about it on the show, to seeing Air. And I was going to take Sydney, even though there's a fair amount of profanity in the film, to go see it in the theater. And, of course, as is often the case with me, I never left the house. And so we never made it to the theater. But now it's on with Amazon Prime. If you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, you can watch Air along with Thursday Night Football, Black Friday,
and they
football,
don't even
etc.
charge you. They don't even charge you for it on Amazon.
Right, unlike Wedding Crashers, as you learned.
Can you still believe that they try to charge me? I have an HBO Max package, so I'm paying for it on cable and the app, and I go to run. And again, you could ask, Should you really have your 12-year-old son watch Wedding Crashers with you? The answer is probably no.
Sack would say no.
But they try to hammer you for $4 or $5. I'm like, I've already paid everything you've asked, and you're going to do that? Again, that's a whole nother conversation. But we did watch Air because very rarely can you get everybody on board with watching a movie. Like, it's not an easy thing to do unless you go see it's some kid's movie that you can fake like you like. You don't really want to go watch Toy Story 3 in the theater, or maybe like Shrek. Shrek was good, but you don't really want to. The kids want to, so you go. Or Up. You don't really want to watch it. They fake you into thinking you want to watch. You don't want to. You want to go watch
Toy Story 3 was
Mission
incredible.
Impossible.
What are you talking about? It's the last movie I cried at.
All right, whatever. I don't want to get into that. My point is, it's a difficult thing to get everybody. But it's Mother's Day, and Sarah wants to watch Air. I want to watch Air. Kids want to watch Air. And it actually is a Mother's Day movie. And after
Viola
watching
Davis.
it, everybody loved it. Couple more F-bombs in there than I probably wish. David Falk. You take Falk out of it, and we probably wouldn't add as many F-bombs.
Get him the Falk out of there.
But
Whoa,
the
Nelly!
kids know. That was good. That was good.
Okay, thanks.
No, I lost my train of thought.
David Falk, lots of F-bombs.
The movie is a Mother's Day classic, and from a sports business standpoint, it's the GOAT. Now, Jesse fairly asks, well, what other movies even count for sports business? Jerry Maguire, sports business movie. Air's better than that.
Draft Day.
Air's better than that. Yeah, there's no putneying around about that. This
That's what
movie
the blogs are saying in
lived up
Seattle.
to the expectations, and it was better. I don't think there's a better sports business movie out there. I don't.
All right, so you would give it 5 stars, like 5-star painting. It's that it is.
I'd go 4.5.
Where does
I
it
wouldn't go
rank?
5.
Let's take the small niche of sports business films out of it. Being the cinema type you are, how does it rank against Titanic? So I know
It's
that's
better
one
than
of your
Titanic.
favorite. All right,
That's
so it's
better
good,
than Titanic.
and it really isn't about Michael Jordan per se. Like I don't. Does anyone actually even
He
play
maybe
Michael
says
Jordan?
3 words in the whole. He maybe says 3 words in the whole movie.
I saw an interview with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck where when they got Jordan's blessing to do the film, he said he had one request, and that was he wanted Viola Davis to play his mom. And obviously she is one of the greatest actors working today. She's amazing. So Michael Jordan's mom is really the star of the film, along with Matt Damon as Sonny Vaccaro.
I would actually say, well, Matt Damon obviously is the star of the movie, but I would make an argument that Phil Knight is the
Played by Ben
biggest piece
Affleck.
of the movie. Correct.
Founder of Nike.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So and while you've taught your children not to use profanity, you did feel like there were maybe a little too much potty language
No,
for your
listen,
liking.
man. I used to think I don't want my kids hearing this stuff. And you don't want them to, but you throw them on a bus, or you get them at school. Like it's just, what are you doing? Like I still want to be smart and not like be crazy about it, but if you act like your kid hadn't heard an F-bomb when they're 10 years old, you're just fooling yourself. I know you probably think your girls have never heard an F-bomb.
No, I know
promise
they.
you they have.
No. I know they have. There's a discussion to be had on whether you want them to continue repeatedly hear it, so it becomes something that they then add to their vernacular when you're not around. But no, I understand that. Now, the real question here, because now we're going to fight.
Who is?
You and I. Is Air better? And I love it when Sarah Tauscher listens to the show, by the way. First of all, from the IT department, please don't move the camera.
Okay.
Second, from the foot bath department, you got that foot peel for Father's Day last year. Check the bathroom. So this is not a revelation, apparently. But third, she added another film to the business of sports debate. And I'm embarrassed that I didn't think of it first. Moneyball. And I love Moneyball. I am eager to see Air. Are you going to tell me that Air is better than Moneyball?
Ooh, I did not even think of Moneyball as being in
Thank
that
you, Sarah,
equation.
by the way.
No. No, Moneyball's better.
So much for fighting. Nice! Oh, I feel much better. But you don't rave about much very often. Like, you rave about Coors Light, you rave about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, etc. We love our partners. But unprompted, this, like, you've actually been trying to get this into the show for, like, 3 days. Mm-hmm. So this has been, you really did
It's the
thoroughly
greatest
enjoy this movie.
I'll say this. It is the greatest Mother's Day movie that I've seen. I don't know any other Mother's Day movies.
That's quite
But it's the best Mother's Day movie of all time.
We got
it's the Madot.
We got a couple people texting in. What do you mean by a Mother's Day movie? Like, how could it be a Mother's Day movie about Nike and Michael Jordan?
Because it's about the mom. It's about the mom. Tell me. I mean, there's a lot of movies about moms. Tell me one that's better. She comes off as being a cunning businesswoman that took great care of the greatest athlete of all time until LeBron wins a championship this year. That's where we're at.
Yeah, I'm
it's
trying
the
to
greatest
think of other
movie of
Mother's
all
Day
time.
films. I was going to say Mrs. Doubtfire, but I guess that's kind of more of a Father's Day film because it's a father dressing up as
That's a
Mrs.
whole nother
Doubtfire.
conversation. I don't know if we want to go down that rabbit hole.
I don't know.
Pretty sure
Mother's
we
Day movies will work on the category. Jesse, are most people agreeing with Tausch on the talk and text line?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of positive reviews here for Air on the
It's a
talk
great
and
movie.
text line. Some
It
people
is a fantastic movie.
We are seeing a couple that John in West Bend says The Blind Side is better. Would you call that a sports business movie?
I'd call that a mom movie. Right? Michael Orr's mother is kind of the star, played by Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, Air's better. Air's better. Air's better.
What do we have here? Draft Day better than Air from Joe in Manitowoc. He says Draft Day was better.
Even I, as a Draft Day stan,
Draft Day's not.
I think I like it because it's not very realistic and it's silly and you can poke fun at it. It is not the Jacksonville Jaguars GM giving up that draft pick for 3 second-rounders. Not happening, according to the Draft Day chart. All right, so Air, 4.5 stars from Tausch. Great Mother's Day film, great sports business film. Let's play some trivia inspired by Air. Jesse, have you seen Air?
I have not. It's one that, while Becca is gone for a couple of weeks here for a road trip, that's one I'm going to be watching at home coming up here.
Couple of weeks?
Yeah, I got a lot of solo time at home here coming up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Should we be concerned?
So wait, she's gone for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, she's on a big road trip, going with her friends. Big road trip coming up.
Okay.
So,
all right.
That is on my to-do list of things to watch while she is gone. So looking forward to watching it coming up.
So the category today for trivia, inspired by Tausch's enjoyment of the film Air, which you can watch on Amazon Prime, is sports movies. Not sports business movies, not Mother's Day movies, sports movies. Caller 23 for Michael Jordan's number. Caller 23, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 23 plays Wilde Tausch Trivia. Coming up next. Tausch, great opportunity, though, for you to remind us about another best-in-class category, and that would be Kohler Services and the work they will do on your renovation.
I wonder if they could put in a beautiful new foot bath. Oh, wouldn't that be something? I know they could do showers. No, they can do bathtubs. And I'm ready for it. Are you ready for a new shower this spring? Kohler Services, local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service, brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for 150 years. And you think premium, you think exclusive, you think quality Wisconsin company. Kohler is at the top of that list and is the only manufacturer offering fast professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit kswisconsin.com. That's kswisconsin.com. Tell them I sent you again, kswisconsin.com.
More and more gifts coming in from folks that do not want to see your feet. Again, I'm happy to report that the IT department at Wilde Tausch has said you can't move the camera. So yep. I think we're all safe.
Not today.
I don't. That's not a tease. It's not an appealing tease. Trivia's next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. Take advantage of 4.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on select new 2023 models. See dealer for details and exclusions. $18.87 a month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required. Qualified buyers through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends May 31st. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see the current inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Simbrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Four-star quarterback commit to the University of Wisconsin. It is Mabry Matoyer. Tell Badgers fans, what are they getting in Mabry Matoyer?
I'm a dual-threat quarterback. When we need a first down, like, I'm the man to give the ball, put the balls in my hands and I'll make something happen.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, Nations Lending, and the Great Dane.
Don't accept anything less than your best self. If you're feeling more run down than you did when you were younger, struggling to lose weight, losing muscle tone, trouble sleeping, and loss of libido can all be signs that you need to see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here. Change your life and see if hormone optimization is right for you. Don't settle for less than the best. Go to Carbon World Health. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com or give them a call at 608-709-8089.
Hi, this is Brian Posick, and I can't wait for Marco Sicchi's 5th annual Casting for Kids Fishing Tournament, Saturday, May 20th on the Madison Chain of Lakes to benefit the American Family Children's Hospital and the UW Carbone Cancer Center. Check in at the Alliant Energy Center at 7 a.m. Fishing starts at 8, happy hour at 2:30, then dinner and auction at 3:30. It's a great day for fishing and fundraising on Saturday, May 20th. Register now and check out the online auction at castingforkids.org. That's casting4kids.org.
The Heat storm into Boston and still game 1. Now the Celtics face a critical game 2. Will they respond? Or are the Heat taking a 2-0 lead to Miami? Game 2 of the Celtics and Heat, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Yeah. Ooh la la, but the pool is singing my line. Tonight nights with the view, yeah, keeping those blinds closed. Yeah. She said I wanna find somebody by 9 4. Ooh nah nah, could it be her, baby? I like you.
Jesse, how'd caller 23 work out for you?
I think you guys underestimate how many people want to play trivia on a daily basis. We flew through 23 calls to get to Glen and Sun Prairie today.
Okay, so you realize that we're going to start asking for higher numbers now that you've said that.
Well, that's just inconvenient. It's not that we can't. It's that we don't have to.
I would have went 45 there because that's Jordan when he wasn't in his prime, when he was number 45. Because he didn't really do a ton in this movie. So it's more about...
Okay. Because it's really about the time when he was at number 23, though, that the film is set.
Well, I don't want to give anything away.
Spoiler alert.
Maybe it's when he was 45.
Well, let's give away 4 entries into Friday's drawing by getting all the questions right, and that is up to Glenn and Sun Prairie to do it. Glenn, good morning. How are you today?
How you guys doing? I'm good. I got a question for you right away.
High
the
energy.
Trivia caller yesterday, when you asked what the old state capital was and his 3 choices, none of them were the right answer. How'd that work out?
That's a great.
It's an outstanding question.
It's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we know how that played out. Jesse, how did that play out?
We have an official statement. So I caught up last night. I heard the debacle. Tier 1 Tyler will be serving a 2-week trivia suspension for any contributions to Wilde Tausch trivia. He will not be eligible to play trivia for 2 weeks. Through Memorial Day and a little bit after, Tyler will be serving a 2-week suspension, and David Shawno is granted the entry for that question, which he got wrong because there was no correct answer provided.
How about
you understand, though, that you put Tyler in charge?
I did, yeah. Golden Geese, second place on Tuesday night. Golden Geese. Silver medal, pretty good for us in our final Tuesday trivia. And I think Tyler may have celebrated a little too much.
You give Matt Hamilton grief all the time about not winning the gold the last time around, and now you're bragging about a silver medal?
No, what do they call it in horse racing when because our friends across the bar came in first. So we had a little 1-2 situation. What do they call when you get the top 2 right? Because we were good enough with 1 and 2 being
we call it you finishing second. That's what we call it. All right, Glenn. I could talk about Jesse's trivia exploits all day, but instead we're going to play trivia with you. So the category is sports movies. Question number 1 is this. Which of these is the name of the main character portrayed by Kevin Costner in the 2014 movie Draft Day? Is it Sunny, Stormy, or Windy?
I will go with A, Sunny.
Oddly enough, also the name of Matt Damon's character in Air, Sunny.
Is that right?
That was a guess. I've never seen the movie.
That was not the easiest question. I wasn't even paying attention. I was trying to get my foot bath
yes,
fixed
we
up.
noticed.
I wasn't paying attention. All right. Well, that's interesting. All right. Iconic sports movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, features Matthew McConaughey as the co-lead with Kate Hudson. Which basketball team is McConaughey's character, Ben Barry, an avid fan of? Is it the Los Angeles Lakers, the Boston Celtics, or the New York Knickerbockers?
Wow, once again, a movie I've never heard of or seen. So
you haven't heard of this?
Let's go B this time. Boston Celtics.
No. I'm kind of shocked that he has not seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. What a fantastic... It's the greatest rom-com of all time, by the way.
If you watch it on Mother's
movie.
Day. I have never seen it either.
What?
Never seen it.
That's absurd. Oh, yeah. You
So, Glenn, solidarity, buddy. All right, question 3. Let's bounce back.
What was the answer?
The New York
What's
Knicks.
the right answer?
Yeah.
The New York Knicks.
Yeah, great question. Great question. We actually haven't fact-checked that.
It
We don't
was
know for
your
sure if that's
question. You didn't tell him either.
accurate. Stop fighting.
Question 3, Glenn. In the 1993 movie Rudy, have you seen that?
I have.
Hey! All right. Let's see how this goes for you then. In the 1993 film Rudy, main character Rudy Rudinger finally gets to suit up and play for Notre Dame's final game of the season. Which opponent is Notre Dame playing in the final game?
Oh, jeez.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Jesse came back kind of. You could tell he's pissed off.
I thought maybe you'd ask what position does he play, but no. What was the opponent? So here we go, Glenn. Was Notre Dame playing Boston College, Georgia Tech, or Florida State when Rudy got his sack?
Wow, I was going to say Alabama if that was one of the choices, but it's not. Can you give me the 3 choices again?
I would love to. Boston College, Georgia Tech, or Florida State?
Thinking it was Notre Dame back then. They weren't in the conference. I'll go Boston College.
Well, the Boston Celtics were not the right answer. And neither is the Boston College. The correct answer, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech. Here's a bonus question. You will not get an entry for it. And I'm not going to give you options. You just have to try and answer it. Have you seen the movie about the Marshall football team and the plane crash, We Are Marshall? Have you seen that movie?
I have.
All right.
I have.
Former Mark Tauscher teammate plays the coach for Xavier in the game that Marshall wins at the end of the film?
Not a clue.
All right, I'm going to give you some,
have a clue either.
I'm going to give you some choices.
Mike Montgomery.
Is it Edgar Bennett, Ahman Green, or Dorsey Levens?
Oh, it's Dorsey Levens.
Ahman Green.
Dorsey.
No. It's Dorsey Levens. But that doesn't hurt your total. You got 1 right. That means you got 2 entries into tomorrow's drawing. Glenn, we appreciate your loyalty to the show. We will send you a pre-owned from Goodwill copy of Draft Day on DVD or VHS so you can get caught up on that film. Thanks for playing, buddy.
There you go. Appreciate it.
Or you can rent it on HBO Max for $4.99.
Can someone explain to me how you can have all those subscriptions and they still charge you for that?
So wait,
just the price of doing business.
Just out of curiosity, is HBO Max there's like a pay portal within it, or is Wedding Crashers somewhere else?
We were discussing, and Max was like, "I want it," because we watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is a great movie, pretty appropriate. I mean, there's some diciness, but pretty appropriate movie. And then he said, "What about Wedding Crashers?" I said, "Well, if Sarah thinks it's okay, I'm fine with it." I think she reluctantly said that. So then we looked, and it wasn't on Netflix. It wasn't. So I just searched it up, and boom, it was on HBO, but it wasn't on. It was like in their off time or whatever. So then, okay, just searched it up. Thought I'd hit it, and then I was like, oh, it's cable. Yeah, and it's $4.99. Like, what the blank is going on here? No. So out of principle, like, no, I'm not doing that. It's ridiculous.
Good for you. Way to stand up against against big video, big streaming.
No, it's big app. Big app.
We will shift gears now from trivia, but that was Jesse. I know it was difficult. There's no doubt about that. But those were some good questions. If you've seen the movies, I thought they were pretty good.
Iconic sports movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I thought didn't get enough credit there, so appreciate that.
I laughed.
Well, that's all we need. Thanks, Tausch.
And some of us who have never seen it didn't laugh, only because we've never seen it. We'll shift gears. We're going to talk a little bit of football, including some of the discussion that we were having in our private text line discussion, where our friend Dan Kelly from AmFam gave us a topic for today. We'll tell you what that is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Mark Tosher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their new patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's like having a brand new kitchen. It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside, no drafts. It's a game changer.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends 5/31/2023.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and Wisconsin native Steve Stricker, at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge Golf Course in Madison, Friday, June 9th through Sunday, June 11th. AmFam Champ Week will also include an exciting concert featuring Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, Friday, June 9th. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com.
Huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. Join me and the brilliant mind of former NFL and Badger punter Brad Nortman Monday at the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company in Hilldale for the Great Dane Huddle, where we'll talk all things Green Bay and Wisconsin football. That's Monday, 6 to 7 at the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company in Hilldale.
The Great Dane Huddle, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
The happy hour at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton is still Madison's best-kept secret, so shh. From delicious appetizers to amazing drinks, and of course the ambiance provided by that horseshoe bar makes Ruth's Chris Steakhouse a must-go-to. From cocktails with friends, networking happy hours, or just treating the family, and everything in between. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton has everything you're looking for. So the next time you're looking to treat yourself, go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And remember, it's Madison's best-kept secret. Shh.
The 2023 season is underway and Fun for All is back with the Forward Madison FC Family Special on sale now. Bring the family to exciting professional soccer at Breeze Stevens Field. Enjoy a ticket, Pepsi product, sandwich, and a Forward Madison scarf for just $21. Forward Madison has fun for the whole family. Enjoy Lionella Vessi, the team's dairy cow, our new kids zone, and more at every Forward Madison match. For tickets, go to forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Hey, this is Craig Karmazin, founder of Good Karma Brands. Join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning from 10 to noon for Sunday Karma here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
For those of you curious about the foot bath polling, the number of people that want to see your feet is increasing.
It's getting more?
We're up to 12.7% of respondents. So the Rex Ryan crowd is chiming in. Meanwhile, Michael in Oregon texts in, or Oregon, I have HBO Max. I just logged into the app, and there's no fee to watch Wedding Crashers. Are we confident old boy wasn't on Prime Video when he searched Wedding Crashers? It's $3.99 to rent on Prime Video.
So here's the deal. I initially thought Netflix. I don't even know if it was available. So I don't know if they have the rights to it. I don't know how that all works. Then I went on, I think HBO. I think we have HBO Max. And I never went back on Amazon.
On your cable, not on an iPad or something.
Not on an app, not on my phone, none of that stuff. On my regular home cable, and it was $3.99. I thought it was $4.99 to rent. So, Michael, I will check that. This was last week, so things change in the rental game. But yeah, old boy, it wasn't Prime Video. I know that. Although now that I'm starting to think about it, Air was on Prime Video, and so there's a potential Michael may have read my mind, and he may be correct.
All right.
So,
well, we'll
service,
continue
Michael.
to work on getting Tausch the opportunity to show young Max.
Would you let your girls watch Wedding Crashers?
I don't think so. No.
Just because there's a lot of stuff that goes on?
I think there's a lot of stuff that's not just like the F word. Like, as I've said on this show, Sydney watched the Last Dance docuseries, and yes, there's profanity in there, so her gentle little ears have heard that stuff. I think there's some more adult themes that I would be less comfortable with having my kids watch in Wedding Crashers. But that's okay.
Some movies are just better to watch with your friends at some point than with your parents, and I think that might be one of them.
American Pie.
Jesse, shut up. I don't need your answer on that, Jesse. I didn't ask you.
We didn't ask for our buddy Dan Kelly.
You bring up a good point, though. I don't, because I think The Office has gotten to be really popular again. A lot of young people are watching The Office. And maybe I'll wait. Is there another good? Am I forgetting a movie that's like throwback that would be fun for the kids to kind of see, and I could watch them watch it through the same lens? Like that's the fun of watching those old movies. You get kind of the old memories of when you watched it. You get to see how they view it. They thought Dumb and Dumber was dumb. They didn't even watch it. They stopped watching it. I think it's one of the greats. And they didn't even like it.
How about from the John Candy library? Because we love John Candy on this show, right? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, greatest Thanksgiving movie. We now have our greatest Mother's Day film and greatest Thanksgiving Day
got
film.
all of them covered.
But like Uncle Buck, would they enjoy that?
That's a good
The Great
question.
Outdoors?
I don't know. They'd like that. Yeah, Great Outdoors is a good call. Those are good calls.
I'm here to help.
Tommy Boy was a big hit, by the way.
Oh.
Watch Tommy Boy. That was a
So
big
the Chris Farley library, there's some options there, too.
You think
What about
Step Brothers? My buddy Jern just texted me Step Brothers, and Step Brothers might be out there a little bit too, right?
I've never seen Step Brothers.
All right. I don't even know why I talk movies with
Jason
you.
would
What do
hate-
you watch?
he
You
would-
watch Up 150 times. What does he watch? Jesse, what does Jason watch?
Law and Order.
He hasn't watched Air.
Moneyball.
Law and Order,
Moneyball.
CSI,
Draft Day.
Bermuda.
Yeah.
You have this. You know what's funny?
Tombstone.
You have the same viewing habits as my mom. My mom will watch Texas Walker Ranger.
Walker, Texas
What's
Ranger.
that?
I've heard
What's
it
the
both
one
ways.
with Tom Selleck in it? The one she
Blue
loves
Bloods.
that show.
Blue Bloods.
Loves Blue. You and my mom both should get Kelly Call and just go over all the great CBS old school shows that you guys both like.
Get Kelly online,
CSI
too.
North Dakota and Law and Order SVU. All those shows. You and my mom watch the exact same TV.
I've
I'll
always
ask her,
liked
did you watch this
Diane.
movie? I don't know. I haven't seen. What? No. No.
Jason would hate Step Brothers, in fairness.
Oh, he'd hate it. Too lowbrow for precious little J-Dub. Yeah.
I do like a number of Will Ferrell films, though, in my defense, including Elf. By the way, I've been compared to a lot worse people on this show than your mom, so I will take that. I am a little
comparing
bothered.
you to my mom. Your viewing habits. And my mom is 70 plus.
I understand.
You're watching
not comparing
these same
me to your
shows.
Mom. You
Your
feel like
viewing habits.
You feel like I could not say right there that you were comparing me to your mom. You wanted to make sure that you delineated because you love your mom. That it was just her viewing habits that you were comparing
I'm not
me to.
putting that on my mom. Nah, for sure. And yeah.
I'm more bothered by the fact that you said Tom Selleck, and instead of me saying Magnum P.I., I said Blue Bloods. That really bothers me.
And that was the one.
Yeah.
So, all right. I want to get to this because I thought this was great, and I do want to, at some point, get to Quay Walker because you gave me an assignment. I did it. It led to a very interesting story in the Wisconsin State Journal and for us to discuss, but we haven't gotten to it yet. But our buddy Dan Kelly from AmFam, who listens to the show regularly, big fan of the program, sometimes appears on the show, heard us discussing yesterday. I mean, we're getting content from everybody but us. Yesterday, it was one of your former teammates that asked who's gone elsewhere after their time in Green Bay and had a better second act. And we discussed Craig Hentrick, John Ryan, Micah Hyde was kind of the runaway winner.
Joe Andruzzi was a name we left off that we
Very
should have.
much
He's probably
so.
the best, one of the better examples that we've had.
He might be the only offensive lineman that you can absolutely positively say.
I totally forgot about Joe. Yep, by far.
So Micah Hyde, Casey Hayward was on the list, etc. So our buddy
Micah
Dan,
Hyde's the correct answer.
I would agree. But Joe Andruzzi probably is neck and neck with him.
Should be up
and
there high,
we should be
yes.
embarrassed that we didn't say his name.
I just don't know how many games he started in Green Bay. That was the part I wasn't sure about. And that was the caveat I put in there.
So this morning, Dan Kelly chimes in and says, how about the other direction?
Yeah.
How many players came to Green Bay and had better second acts with the Packers than they had with their previous team?
And boy, oh boy, it's a lot.
So the two that stood out, and Dan mentioned them in his text to us, were Reggie White and Charles Woodson.
I put Reggie's not in the equation. Even though I had a couple Eagles fans tweet back at me and said, Reggie's career in Philly is a lot better than it was in Green Bay. His stat numbers, maybe. I would not make that argument. I think Reggie had a better career in Green Bay than he did in Philly. But he is dynamite in Philly, too.
So you tweeted this out with proper credit?
No. I took all the credit for it.
wanted to confirm.
I didn't realize I needed to write a bibliography when I put a 30-word tweet out.
I just know that you very much believe in the policy of credit where credit is due.
I do, and we're giving it to him.
We are now, yes, not on Twitter. Besides Reggie, which player have the Packers acquired who had a better run with us than they did with their original team? The first response that I have on my page is Amon Green.
Yeah, it's a great one that I think we forget. He was in Seattle. He was there for a cup of coffee. And obviously, the all-time leading rusher in the history of this organization. So that is a tough one to beat. AG is going to be tough to beat. Now, there is a long list. And this is where the topic gets really interesting to me, because when I was talking to my former teammate, it was the unknown. Doesn't work out that much. Grass isn't always greener. But it turns out Lambeau's sod is a lot greener than going other places. And I don't think we're being, at least me as a fan also, I don't think I'm being biased on this. Tell me if I am.
No, I don't think you are. Now, Amon Green is an interesting story because he was a third-round pick, and I think the Seattle Seahawks knew he was good, but Mike Holmgren wouldn't tolerate his fumbling, whereas the Packers would, frankly. And so he came to Green Bay, became a legend, and an all-time leading rusher. By the way, also fits the category of going elsewhere after his time in Green Bay and not being very good. Because he went to Houston.
Yeah, he fits both.
And it was
he
terrible.
might be the perfect answer for
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's interesting. A lot of the responses, a lot of Charles Woodson. You know, Zadarius Smith was a part-time player in Baltimore for his first 4 years and had 2 really good years here, then quit on his team for a year and then was gone. So I don't know how you view him. Ryan Pickett is another good one.
Great one.
So there's a lot of responses to this. Charles Woodson, I think, is probably the one that gets the most credit. But here's another one that's interesting from the 96 team.
His career in Oakland was pretty good, too.
The numbers are pretty significantly different, I think. And Charles has said he's not
leaning
a Hall of
which
Fame.
way?
Toward Green Bay.
Really?
Yeah, I'll get those for you momentarily.
Reggie or Chuck? Reggie or Chuck?
Well, first of all, you know better than to call
I know.
Charles
He's
Woodson
not listening,
Chuck.
so I could say. Yeah, I know.
I could send him a clip.
No,
Sound graph.
I would say Charles Woodson.
Oh, good one.
I'll give you those stats in a moment. I would just say this. What about from the 96 team, which I just realized Sean Jones called me during the show one day, and I never called him back. That's not who I was going to say there. Santana Dotson coming from Tampa Bay, and Gilbert Brown being claimed from the Vikings.
Doesn't this tell you, and again, we are close to it, doesn't this tell you Green Bay has been really, really blanking good at this? Really good at
Does Favre count?
No. Dan put in there Favre doesn't count. The trade, so actually Amon probably shouldn't count either because you traded for, and that's different than picking up in a free agency where the other team didn't want to pay the freight that it was going to cost. So I think Amon and Brett both probably need to be out of that equation.
We'll continue this discussion, and I want to give you the Charles Woodson stats as well. But first I want to tell you that our partners at Steinhafels, there is nothing better than getting a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels. Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at just $399 right now. And when you upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black, you'll get $200 in Steinhafels cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beauty Rest Black Queen mattresses start at just $44 a month when you use Steinhafels' special 72-month financing. So shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Charles Woodson's numbers. Tausch, you're going to be blown away. Blown away.
I might be.
By the difference between his first tour of duty in Oakland and his 7 years in Green Bay.
Because In all honesty, Jason, when I put that out there, I was actually thinking it was going to be Reggie and Charles. And then I thought, well, Charles has had a Hall of Fame because he went back to Oakland and played 2 or 3 more years after his run in Green Bay. Not a Hall of Famer without his Green Bay numbers. I always thought that. But, boy, eerily close. But maybe you're going to be telling me something that will change my mind. We'll do that next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Are you ready for a new shower this spring? Well, if you are, Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit kswisconsin.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you. Again, that's kswisconsin.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Big trailers and big opportunities at Stoughton Trailers. Immediate openings at the Broadhead, Evansville, and Stoughton locations. Assemblers, forklift drivers, and more. Apply at stojobs.com. Only 4 teams remain in the NHL playoffs, and 3 former Badgers are still hoping to skate their way to the Stanley Cup Final. Derek Stepan is a center for the Carolina Hurricanes, who are preparing for a semifinal matchup beginning Thursday against the Florida Panthers. Stepan played with the Badgers from 2008 to 2010. The Dallas Stars are getting ready for a Western Conference showdown with the Las Vegas Knights and hold 2 former Badgers on their roster, including Joe Pavelski and Ryan Suter, who were teammates in 2004 at Wisconsin.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
My eye doctor gives me a lot of great advice, but the best piece of advice she ever gave me was where to go for LASIK. TLC Laser Eye Centers. Did you know that TLC has performed over 2.3 million LASIK procedures nationally, including treatment for over 10,000 doctors? Doctors recommend TLC because that's who they trust with their eyes. So book your free consultation now at TLC Laser Eye Centers, the doctor's choice for LASIK.
Right now, TLC is offering $1,000 off their Wavelight laser when treated in May. That's $500 off per eye. So call 888-TLC-2020 or visit SaveOnTLC.com. That's SaveOnTLC.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion and be treated in May of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard Wavelight price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at SaveOnTLC.com.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. North and South serves authentic wood-fired barbecue as well as savory seafood for both lunch and dinner. Whether it's North and South in DeForest, Verona, or the west side of Madison, you'll enjoy the best smart casual dining experience in the area. They also have takeout and catering options, so find your way over to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official barbecue place of Rutledge and Hamilton. They're online at eatnorthandsouth.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Jordan Love is the new man in town.
Generations of Packers fans don't know what it's like to just have an average quarterback. So let's hope, for their sake, Jordan Love's above average.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
can stare as I zone out. The club can't even handle me right now. Watching me, I go all out. The club can't even handle me right now. The club can't even handle me right now. Can't nothing handle me right now. I see you, D-Getter. Let's get 'em.
844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We'll roll this into the 11 o'clock hour. We'll talk about Quay Walker a little bit later in the program. He's not going anywhere. But before we get to any calls, I want to give these numbers to you, Tausch, because they're pretty significant. So in his first 8 seasons in Oakland, okay, so 8 years in Oakland to start his career.
One full season almost, right?
Obviously, he goes back there to end his career. But in 8 seasons in Oakland, 4 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pro selections. Same number as he has in Green Bay. 4 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pro selections. So those are equal.
Okay.
But here's where it changes. In those 8 seasons in Oakland, he had 17 interceptions. He forced 14 fumbles. He had 5.5 sacks, and he scored 2 defensive touchdowns. This is from my story in the State Journal when he went into the Hall of Fame. So 17 picks, 14 forced fumbles, 5.5 sacks, 2 defensive touchdowns. In 7 seasons in Green Bay, we already covered it. 2 first-team All-Pro selections, 4 Pro Bowl selections. Same number as he had in Oakland, but 38 interceptions. 38. 11.5 sacks, 10 defensive touchdowns. That's a big difference. It'll be interesting to see if anyone else can have that level of a second act in Green Bay like he did, because those numbers are, as I promised, through the roof.
They're big time, and I have to admit, I thought because of longevity, I thought he played 3 or 4 more years in Oakland / he wasn't even in Vegas. I think it was always Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
That he played out there. I thought that was not going to be that stark. So I think you could make a really good argument when you put those numbers up. Reggie's impact is everlasting with what he did for the Green Bay Packers. Charles Woodson's is greater than I think we thought. And if I'm answering this question fairly, Charles Woodson wins it. I think we looked at Ahman Green. There's been so many good stories, and I think what I also learned through this little, thank goodness for that phone call the other day, because it ended up giving us 2 days of really interesting conversation that has shown us, for as much as we want to give grief to Ted for not picking up a ton of free agents, and for Goody, he's in the conversations and a lot of stuff, they have gotten the best years of a lot more players than what they've let people walk out the door.
Yep.
We kept naming the same 4 or 5 guys, and some of them are way back in the day. And there is a list of 30 players that I looked through my Twitter feed that have been mentioned, and there's probably 15 more that we're not even thinking of, that have had their best NFL playing days in the G&G at Lambeau Field. Now, is that because of the quarterback? You could go into a lot of things, but that is irrelevant because it really comes down to, did you maximize guys' careers? Did you find use for their talents better than the other place, or is your culture in your place bring that out of you? And the answer is overwhelmingly yes. Green Bay does that better than almost anybody.
He also ended up with more forced fumbles, 15, than he did during his first stay in Oakland at 14. I left that part out. So even that number was higher as well. I think we should probably raise a Coors Light to Charles Woodson as the correct answer, as the Packer who did more in his second act with the Packers than he did with his previous team.
We'll always crack open a Coors Light, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made. So beautiful day to go play golf. You got a great weekend ahead of you. Whether you got hockey, or if you got baseball, whatever it might be, it's always Coors Light in my hand. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978, Coors Light is refreshing, it is crisp, and it is only 102 calories. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We'll take some of your responses to kick off the 11 o'clock hour. It's Wilde Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. I love locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits, so it's a no-brainer. I choose Door County Distillery, which uses local ingredients for their wide array of whiskeys, brandies, rums, vodkas, gins, and a whole lot more. Available at your favorite retailer, or if you're headed up to Door County, find them on Highway 42 near Carlsville, where there's year-round sampling and sales. And by the way, head over to their website for a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com. DoorCountyDistillery.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by 5 Star Painting, your residential and commercial professional painters for interiors, exteriors, kitchen cabinets, decks, and fences. Check them out, 5starpainting.com. Not a 5-star performance for the Milwaukee Brewers in St. Louis this week. They fall in 2 of 3 games, including a 3-0 shutout loss last night to the last-place Cardinals. Good news is, entering play today, the Brewers are still in first place in the NL Central standings, 1 game up on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Brewers off today, traveling to St. Petersburg, Florida, where they'll start a 3-game weekend set against the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow evening. NBA, the Bucks' search for a head coach continues. The latest candidate getting an interview, University of Houston head coach and former Bucks assistant Kelvin Sampson. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski weighing in on why Sampson gets an opportunity to interview for the Bucks job, and also a review of all the candidates that have had their name in the hat so far over at ESPNWisconsin.com. And speaking of ESPNWisconsin.com, that's also where you can find ESPN NFL writer Bill Barnwell suggesting a veteran quarterback should be on his way to Green Bay in 2023.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or MetroKiaofMadison.com.
Four 770-3776. 11 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch underway. Players who had better second acts with the Packers than they did at their previous stops. Ahman Green.
The list is long.
Yeah, long. No doubt. I'm not sure where I would put Za'Darius Smith because he was great in 19. He was very good in 20. He was non-existent in 21, and he was gone.
Yeah,
so,
I think Baltimore was better for him.
But the Charles Woodsons, the Ahman Greens, the Ryan Pickett's, some pretty good answers that we've gotten so far. You can keep those coming in. Gilbert and Santana, sure, no doubt about it. Hardy Nickerson. Oh, no, wait. Remember him?
Not Joe Johnson.
Not Joe Johnson. Definitely. 844-770-3776. Let's talk to Nick in Milwaukee. Nick, thanks for holding on. What do you got for us, buddy?
Hey, so for a Packers had a better second act. I don't think it's mentioned yet. How about Al Harris? Charles Woodson's running mate on the other side.
Yeah.
Right?
Big oversight by
Yeah,
us. Well done.
And then for a movie for Tausch,
oh boy,
you can check out I Love You Man. I don't know if you've seen I Love You Man yet, with Paul Rudd and Jason Segel.
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's not too edgy for the 12-year-old.
What's the how would you summarize the plot line? Because I know this is going to surprise you, Nick, but I've never seen that movie.
It is a movie about a guy who does not have many guy friends, and then he meets one because he's going to get married, and he's looking for his groomsmen besides his brother and his dad. And that happens to be Jason Segel, who was a little kind of an out there
Jason
kind of
Wilde.
character.
I thought you were talking about Jason.
And so he befriends Jason Segel's character, and they become brothers.
That's a good movie.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
good flick.
All right.
Thanks for the call, Nick. Yeah. That's a good synopsis.
I look forward to paying $4.99 for it on HBO Max or
I
something.
love you guys.
No. You keep watching Murder, She Wrote. And
Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods.
And then during the commercials, I could see Tom Selleck, who used to be the sexiest man alive when he was on Magnum P.I., telling me how I could get a reverse mortgage.
Confidence is very sexy, don't you think?
Jesse, what do we have via the text portion of the Talk and Text line?
Al Harris was one that was brought up on the text line. Here's another one from Chris. Tramon Williams. I forgot that Tramon Williams wasn't in Green Bay from the beginning. But apparently Houston had him?
Yeah, but in fair, he's a little Favre-ish that way just because Favre was in Atlanta for a year. He threw 4 passes and 3 were intercepted.
And Jason, I should have specified because it's fair. Tramon obviously had a great career, Packer Hall of Fame, unbelievable legacy-making plays that Tramon had. One that we forget a lot about in Philly to close up shop with the interception, and then obviously the monster play in Atlanta right before the half. But it's more about teams letting guys go and the Packers selectively picking up who they want. Right. It's one thing if you're an undrafted free agent and you're on practice squads, or a Rasul Douglas, whose name has been mentioned a lot too. He at least had played on a bunch of different teams, and he was drafted. Right. Green Bay has utilized him in a better way than what other teams have. But this is more about he played at these spots. He was there a couple of years. He was a player for another team. And then Green Bay went, selected and grabbed him, and then utilized him in a big way. That's where Al Harris was another trade. Green Bay wanted him. They gave up valuable assets to get him, like they did with AG and like they did with Favre. So that's why the Woodson, Pickett, Reggie White part of this is the really intriguing stuff. But there's a litany of other folks that continue to pop up on our Talk and Text line.
Yeah, one of the texts that came in was Ryan Grant. So does he fall into that category? Or is
trade?
He yeah, it was a trade, right?
Yeah, he was a trade.
I have one that I want to nominate that I think I don't remember how he came to Green Bay, but I think it fits both the question from yesterday about leaving and having a worse career, and then also came back and had a better career.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
James Jones. Was that a trade with the Raiders when he went there?
No, he spent a year with the Raiders, got cut, went to the Giants. And the Giants were nice enough. It's kind of like the Matt Flynn becoming available during the 2013 season. The Giants were nice enough to cut James Jones just when the Packers needed him. And the Buffalo Bills, I think, were the ones that had Matt Flynn right after the Seneca Wallace, Scott Tolzien period. And so then he became available. So Matt Flynn fits that category too. His career was better with the Packers before he went somewhere else on a big free agent deal, and then after when he came back for a couple of years and helped save the 2013 season.
Been a lot. It's been a lot.
We did not. We were planning on doing some prize picks for the Packers 2023 season. The good news is the 2023 season's still a ways away. So we'll have some time to do that when Tausch returns next week. Instead, though, we can check in on Tausch's prize pick success from last night.
I didn't get in any last night. I didn't jump into any of the prize picks last night, but I will tonight. I haven't looked yet where Joker's at. I'm guessing he's going to be in that 30, probably 29 to 30 range for points, but Joker, I think, is going to have a lot of assists tonight. You know that's going to be one. I think AD from the Lakers has another good night, and I'm going to find me a little sleeper. I can't think of the guy's name. Number 28 for the Lakers. He's going to guard. He's guarding Joker. He's got a. That's it. I didn't remember his name. I think I'm going to go over or more on his points, too. You guys can do it all. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy, and they have every sport you could think of. The PGA Championship's going on. I love doing golf. But you guys know I'm always Team Joker. He's my guy. That's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go 2 to 6. I'm only going 2 players tonight. I'm going to go him and AD. I'm going to see how it plays out. I had great success last Tuesday. I'm going to have success again tonight. You guys, I'm not competing against anybody else but Prize Picks' projections. Use the Prize Picks app or go to prizepicks.com and use the promo code WI. And WI gets you a $100 match. You put $100 in, Prize Picks gives you $100. Then you have all these deals that Jesse can tell you about. He's got the Taco Tuesday, the whatever it is on Wednesday. I love the 25X Fridays. I love it all. You can join as well. Go to prizepicks.com to get involved.
Can we get Homer on again to tell us how you can get free money?
Yeah. Homer was all about it yesterday. I did hear that. Happy hour on Wednesday where minimum entry is $1 on Wednesdays. Jokic, 29.5 points tonight, Tausch. 29.5 points.
I didn't even have to
Joker.
Look at my app, and I knew that's where he was going to be.
AD, 24.5.
Oh, we're going more or less.
Way over that.
Oh, I'm going less.
More. On AD?
Yeah, he's been up and down the whole playoffs.
Yeah,
one game
Lakers
good, one bad.
This. Hey, Lakers need it.
Or don't
need it. No.
We need to discuss Quay Walker, and we will next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their new patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's like having a brand new kitchen. It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside, no drafts. It's a game changer.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends 5/31/2023.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Mark Tosher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fishhead Tree Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fishhead Tree Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is in full swing from Breeze Stevens Field. The Flamingos' next home game is Thursday, May 18th at 7 p.m., only 4 days after Mother's Day. To celebrate, Forward Madison has the perfect ticket package for any mom in your life. Get a ticket, belt bag, can of wine, and bumper stickers starting at just $33. To purchase this package or single game tickets, head to forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
In a land carved by glaciers and shaped by champions, Trapper's Turn is a specialty golfing experience. 27 holes designed by two-time U.S. Open champion Andy North present an enjoyable challenge at any level. Nestled between beautiful pines, the all-new 12 North Par 3 course offers the ultimate in golfing fun. Refuel and unwind with year-round dining in the heart of the picturesque Dells. Golf time is precious. Spend it somewhere beautiful. This is Trapper's Turn. Book your tee time at trappersturn.com.
Wisconsin, are you ready? It's a Battle for Wisconsin charity softball game.
Come out and watch Alec Ingold and his Wisconsin alumni friends compete against a team of current Badger athletes. Join them on Saturday, July 15th at the beautiful Duck Pond at Warner Park, home of the Madison Mallards, as the two teams battle it out and raise money for charity. Tickets can be purchased at the Madison Mallards box office or website. Visit battle4wisconsin.com for more details. That's battle4wisconsin.com.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you sign-ups are now open for the inaugural ESPN Madison Open. Head to espnmadisanopen.com to purchase your foursome today. The ESPN Madison Open tees off July 17th at Trapper's Turn. We've partnered with Coors Light and the Catch Foundation for this exclusive event, and you can experience it too. You'll enjoy food, drinks, swag, and while getting in 18 holes with Wisconsin sports stars like me. But spots are limited. Head to espnmadisanopen.com. That's espnmadisanopen.com to sign up now.
Wilde Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Everybody else doing, just cause everybody doing what they all do. If one thing I know, I fall but I grow. I'm walking down this road of mine, this road that I go home.
So I promised you I would ask Tausch about Quay Walker. Why it's so hard to get an answer about this? Well, I think it's because they have big plans for him. So, Jason Rebrovich.
Who?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Rebs. We call him Rebs.
They do call him Rebs. So, he's the outside linebackers coach. But they changed his title to pass rush specialist.
Oh, I'd rather be a PRS than a OLBC.
Right, but here's the problem. Like, you know who was a pass rush specialist?
Zadarius Smith?
Kabir. To me, pass rush specialist does pass rushing. So can we call him something with the term coach somewhere in the title?
How about doctor?
Pass rush supervisor?
Gary Close is the shot. He's the shot doctor. Why don't we go with the PhD of pass rushing?
Pass rush manager?
Dr. Rebs.
Overseer.
How about we call him the outside linebackers coach? But he is the pass rush specialist. And so I thought, and Kirk Olivadotti, fun name to say, fun name to spell, is the inside linebackers coach. So he would be Quay Walker's position coach. He would be the one who has talked with him at length about, hey, let's not get ejected from any more games. That's his role.
Reasonable. Yeah, it seems like a reasonable
But Rebs,
idea.
as Tausch likes to call him, seemed like, hey, if you're the pass rush specialist, let's talk to you about how you're going to use Quay Walker in your pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said to Rebs, and again, I try very hard. I know that my questions are long.
Yeah. Your effort is good. But as Chili always says, don't confuse effort with results.
But I try to make sure that my questions are never yes or no questions.
Yeah.
Like, in what ways? How would you say?
Leave it open-ended.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave it closed. That's in journalism school.
So to Rebs, I said at the end of a longer than necessary soliloquy, I'm sure, how do you see Quay Walker's role as a pass rusher? Mm-hmm. How do you see Quay Walker's role as a pass rusher? And Rebs replied, yes. And I'm sure I had a quizzical look on my face. And I said, well, but that wasn't a yes or no question. And
did you
he
say
smirked.
That?
I did. And he smirked and he said, yes. I'll leave it at that.
Are they going to Chippewa Falls or not?
We got to get to Chippewa Falls.
So, I mean, look, as I discussed with some of my compatriots afterward, tell me that you have big plans for him as a pass rusher without telling me you have big plans for him as a pass rusher. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Quay Walker's role because it's going to be significant. Now, Matt LaFleur earlier this offseason, Tausch, acknowledged what we can see on tape, which is that Quay Walker played edge rusher late in the season last year. Not all the time, not exclusively. I don't think he's moving there. But I think he's going to get playing time there. I think they're going to go to sub packages, and he's going to be outside instead of inside. And I think they're excited about what a 6'4", 241-pound guy, if he's not getting kicked out of games, can do for their pass rush. I think that's very clear.
And you noticed that early in the season when he was getting reps and a lot of the dog and blitzes that Green Bay did. Quay was the guy coming because he is just an instinctive playmaking cat. So I think you try and figure out, all right, what are guys good at? How can we put them in that position to be successful? And I'm guessing when they did all their tape breakdown, they saw what you had been advocating, and I don't like giving you credit, but you advocated for this at the end of last season. And I think, especially with Rashawn Gary being out, you want guys off the edge that can just fly and put a ton of pressure on offensive tackles. Quay Walker, I think he's not. This isn't Matt Millen roam in the middle of the field where he's a run stuffer, big, strong. He's big, strong, and quick, and fast, and quick-twitched, and athletic. You want to see what you got, running stunts, and get him reps where there's a reason that you look back at that 2007 New York Giants team when they were able to beat us and then beat the Patriots. Their NASCAR package is what Green Bay called it, where you had 4 dogs rushing the passer.
Right.
I think they want Van Ness to be one of those guys, and I think they want the NFL is trying and is starting to see more and more of what the NBA is doing, and that is being positionless. I want athletes. I want guys, and not on first and second down, but when it gets to be 3rd and 5, you don't want it to be simple where, all right, center him up, there's the mic, boom, that's it. Confuse people by having multiple options with your front. And up, Quay Walker, is he a linebacker here? Is he outside edge? Is he going to be inside? We saw that with Zadarius Smith when he went up to Minnesota and just completely annihilated the Vikings playing over the guard. And that was what allows you as Joe Barry to look at it and say, well, their left guard's a little weak this week. Run a bunch of stunts. Let's get our best player over him. And if you can have somebody that can have the dot on their helmet, being a middle linebacker, and then also being able to slide him out to edge and to do the other stuff, and you have Devondre Campbell roam in the middle, that can be something that I think Joe Barry and this defense can get excited about. And you're only just starting to see that talent. You're hoping Quay Walker is one of those guys that takes that big jump maturity-wise, but there's a reason Green Bay took him in the first round. There's a reason that they're excited about him, and there's a reason that they're answering your question the way they are. They have big plans for him, and he is going to be one of your cornerstones on this defense, which we all agree has all the personnel needed to be good. Pass rush is the thing that I think everybody was concerned about last year, and once Rashawn Gary got hurt, it was a very viable concern, and it's the same thing this year. You can never have enough good pass rushing.
So how concerned are you about – I have two questions. One, because I am a Quay Walker believer. Thank you, Rebs.
Yes.
Rebs, thank you. I am a Quay Walker believer, okay? I'll get to who I'm a doubter of next, but I am a Quay Walker believer, and I am not overly worried that he cannot fix his emotional outburst issue that obviously got him kicked out of 2 games. That was bad. Now, I'm not in any way condoning his behavior. I mean, the guy in Buffalo was trying to help him up, and the guy against Detroit was the team doctor coming to look at an injured player. So I don't know. Really, he doesn't like to be touched, but clearly that cannot be allowed. I'm not condoning it. I think that is something that they can fix. I don't think that he is some sort of real problematic guy. But how big of a concern is that to you, having played the game and having come across your share of guys that may be qualified as hotheads?
Well, it's obviously a concern because it's been an issue. I think there's always guys that you think, man, he's a little bit out there. He plays with an edge, and you need guys like that. I don't remember if it was Nitschke or if it was Lombardi that said, I want whiskey drinkers in the fourth quarter, not milk drinkers. You need to have some guys like that to the outside world, you're like, holy man, that guy's he's a little out there. And then you need him to be able to shut it off. And that's not an easy thing to do. It's not, well, just snap your fingers and do it. You get tuned up, you get cranked up, you're going to lose. As Eminem said, you're going to lose yourself. Your teammates need to be on board with you. Your coaches need to be on board with you. And sometimes get them out of the game. Let them cool off. But that's something that you hope. And I know the Packers will have all kinds of assets there to help, whether it's from a mental health standpoint or from a sports psychology standpoint, a mental well-being standpoint. You're constantly working on your mental preparation and controlling your emotions and being able to harness it is something that's very important. So I'm not overly concerned about it, but it's also, I don't think you can just say, well, you don't have to worry about it. He's a year old or he's more a year mature. No. You got to prove it. And if you don't think other teams, other offensive linemen are saying, man, we can get under this guy's skin.
Yeah, let's provoke him.
We can bother him. Because it's not just scouting reports on, oh, he's got a bad ankle. There's also scouting reports on, this guy will lose his temper, and it messes with your game. That's why people trash talk, because it works. So Quay has to prove all of that. I have no doubt that I just love his talent. Long levered. He's everything you want in a football player to play defense, Quay Walker has.
On the flip side, I have to admit I am a Devontae Wyatt doubter. I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm not saying he won't. I don't know that he won't be good, but I'm a skeptic.
Why are you doubting? Why?
I think that there were some questions about him coming out of Georgia about his work ethic. To his credit, when we talked to him, he acknowledged, frankly, that he didn't work hard enough, which you don't hear very often, right? People actually acknowledging that, so I respect the hell out of him for that. It took him a while to kind of get going, and I thought we maybe made a little more about his flashes of last season, late last year, than we would have had he been not a first-round pick. Like, it was kind of like we were looking for reasons to be excited about him, so we talked about his flashes a little bit more than maybe he deserved. That said, he's going to, and Jerry Montgomery said it yesterday, he's going to have every opportunity to show how good he's capable of being.
Oh, he's getting all the work. Yeah, he'll get all the work first and second down, and hopefully as a pass rush guy too. But yeah, Jerron Reed, gone. Dean Lowry, gone. That's
right.
Because they drafted Devontae Wyatt, and they're saying, Wyatt, not you. Wyatt, not you.
So we'll see how he does.
What do you mean? What are you blowing the horn for? That was great. What are you talking about? The old Badger line, why not us?
You had to
why
say
not
it.
you?
You
Wyatt,
had to say
not
it
me.
twice. You had to repeat it.
That's for effect.
Was it?
For effect. Yes.
Be careful, Jesse. He'll call you an idiot for not understanding the joke there. You know what? Why it's so hard to slim down and avoid the opportunity to be part of a LabCorp study. I think Devontae Wyatt would be eligible for the one that you're talking about.
Oh, boy. I'm not going to get – there's a lot of people that are eligible, and if you're looking for a little bit extra cash, I know there's a lot of Packer fans wanting to go out to Vegas. A Monday night game, not going to get flexed. The excitement level that fans have of getting out to Las Vegas, it's not going to be a cheap trip. Tickets, everything else, you need some cash. LabCorp has a variety of open trials that will fit your schedule. And right now they have studies, healthy adults ages 18 to 60 with a BMI of 18 to 32 with a one stay of 8 nights with 7 follow-up visits. And I feel fairly confident your trip to Las Vegas to watch the G&G whoop up on I don't know who and Devontae Adams out there, $10,328 for your time and participation. And if you're looking for even a little bit more and you're a little heftier, healthy overweight males and females age 18 to 55. Females must be of non-childbearing potential. You have that body mass index right in that meaty part, 30 to 39.9. If you're fit all that, you can grab another $3,700 for a stay of one stay of 6 nights with 2 follow-ups. Again, that's $3,700 plus $500 per qualified participant. Go to LabCorp, clinicaltrials.com. That's LabCorp, clinicaltrials.com.
Meaty part, huh?
Right in the meaty part, yeah.
Good luck to you, Big Linda. Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Join Prairie Athletic Club today. Hi, this is Sarah Tauscher, and my family loves the Pack. Everything you and your family will need this spring and summer is all under one roof at the Prairie Athletic Club. Play on the basketball courts or soccer fields, swim in their indoor pools, or get ready for the outdoor water park season. Come see why the Pack is voted the best place to work out year after year. Save now until the end of May when you join the Pack today. Visit prairieathleticclub.com to join the Pack today. That's prairieathletic.com.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business, providing a professional yet casual work environment in Stoughton, Evansville, and Brodhead. If you're looking for your hard work to be rewarded with competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is the spot for you. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. I love locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits, so it's a no-brainer. I choose Door County Distillery, which uses local ingredients for their wide array of whiskeys, brandies, rums, vodkas, gins, and a whole lot more. Available at your favorite retailer, or if you're headed up to Door County, find them on Highway 42 near Carlsville, where there's year-round sampling and sales. And by the way, head over to their website for a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com. DoorCountyDistillery.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Just to check in before we get to Whoa Nelly with our poll question. Again, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to the statistically significant threshold of 1,000 votes.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because I know we like to keep our streaks going, and it's a funny dynamic that I've noticed, because from a show standpoint, if we talk about like foolish or like, this is foolish and juvenile, by toe bath, fresh, whatever it is, it gets a ton. I feel like people are engaged, but social media wise, that's not going to be the case. And this is the new dynamic that we're in as a radio/TV show. We have to figure out what that right mix is, because I can tell you what's going to be good on social media, poll wise. I am usually right on that. I'm wrong sometimes, very, very rarely, and it usually is Packer related. But from a show topic standpoint, doing it actually on air, I'm guessing, Jesse, again, I don't have the talk and text line, but I could sense with texts that come to me that is interesting to people, that they want to talk about because it's ludicrous and it's absurd.
I mean, on our
is that a fair assessment?
On our TV show on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, people were seeing all the texts coming in talking about Foot Bath Thursday or any of the other names we were giving it throughout the course of the show. Yeah, the texters were avidly either supporting or primarily opposed to the entire concept. Yes.
Anyway, I don't know who these 12% are.
You don't want any part of them, do you?
But you can send your name and email address to Jesse,
Nelly!
and he'll send you a photo, an autographed photo of Tausch's feet.
The LabCorp option is much better. LabCorp much better than that option for some extra cash.
Desmond Howard is a name that we have not talked about that is perfect for what that question that Dan brought to the table and that we've worn out on this show. Desmond Howard, what are you shaking your head about?
He's
a Super Bowl MVP, brah. What else do you want him to do?
He literally had one good year, right? I mean, talk about
great year. He's
lightning in a bottle.
MVP.
Yeah, no doubt. They don't win the Super Bowl. Well, I'm not sure they don't win the Super Bowl
I
without
think
him.
they still win it.
Yeah,
No, I think they do.
Which makes you think that maybe he shouldn't have been the Super Bowl MVP. I voted for Brett Favre that day, by the way, in the press box at the Superdome. That said, he was a colossal disappointment in Houston or in Washington. Had that great year in '96, went to the Raiders and was a colossal disappointment, and then came back to Green Bay in '99 before you arrived on the scene and was a disappointment again. So he had a great year, but I don't know how you could put him in any category of what we've discussed, because I guess technically he fits into both, but he only did it for a year. There was no longevity for his success at all. That's my issue with him. Let's do Whoa Nelly.
Okay.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde Tausch.
Been a while since we've gotten a text from Tausch that I have a tough time figuring out either why it's being asked or what is being asked. But last night, Tausch, you sent us road trip musts.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
So I got a big road trip coming up this weekend. A lot of time in my Chevy Tahoe. What do I need? I've told you before, licorice whips are always
stop.
good. Yeah, we ain't stopping. We're going to Minneapolis, and I ain't stopping.
Driving straight through.
Yeah, it's
Eat your 10 chips.
Again,
don't drink too much water.
Flexibility is key, as we know, but plan is straight through. So I have my SiriusXM app. I and podcasts.
Wisconsin On Demand.
What do I Wisconsin On Demand? I'll listen to the show tomorrow without me. I would do it, but you guys are sticklers for the Field Tap app is in a moving vehicle. You guys aren't fans of that, which I understand. So I'm sacrificing.
We're
Nordy
sticklers for your connection working if you're going to do the show remotely. Yes, we are sticklers for that. Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, at least I show up, Jesse. Anyways, what else is there? What else is there? What else do you need to make a great road trip?
Is it the entire family, or is it just you and Max this time? Like, what's the deal?
I mean, listen. If it was the entire family, I wouldn't ask, because an old girl would have it all. I wouldn't even have to. I don't even have to blink. So it's just Max and I making the trip up. So he'll be sitting on his iPad and playing Lord knows what games. I don't know what he'll be doing. He's not. So it's going to mainly be old T. So is it a book on tape? Is it a podcast? Is it a Slurpee? Is it a pretzel? What is it? What do I need?
I have a question, because you said you started the baseball season yesterday. The girls' softball 4A is approaching too, and so we went and got them some gear that they needed to augment what they need for softball season. And we were at Dick's Sporting Goods, and they have sunflower seeds by the checkout, and both the girls wanted to know what is it about sunflower seeds and baseball, and so we had that whole discussion while we were there, and they would like to.
Well, give me the discussion. Was it chewing tobacco? Did you bring up chewing tobacco with them?
But we did get Big League Chew. But yes, I discussed the existence of chewing tobacco. We did not.
Did they ask
that
questions
to them as
like,
an option.
why do people do it? Can I try it? Like, did they get into any of that?
They did not. They're not going to start doing Skoal, but they are intrigued by chewing sunflower seeds. And I said, "There's an art to it."
Have you ever tried chewing? Did you ever put a dip in?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking.
You've known me for 23 years. I mean, you didn't know me very well that rookie season. I got to know you well, obviously, by being your autobiographer or biographer. No. Never smoked a cigarette, never smoked a joint, never did chewing tobacco. Those little pouches you guys used to do in meetings to keep you awake, I suppose, during some of those film sessions. No, never done any of it. Am I missing out?
No, you're not missing out.
Okay.
Would not recommend it.
Huge Big League Chew fan, though. Love the Big League Chew.
Okay.
So we got some of that. I'm not sure, but my point on this, before we started discussing my chewing tobacco history, was, what about sunflower seeds? And if it's you and Maxie going, would you guys, you take your cup and you're spitting your sunflower seeds? Is that an option as a time-passing snack on the drive?
No, because most fields now, if you're playing on turf, and most places are saying no sunflower seeds because it messes with the deal.
If you're on grass, is it okay?
I don't think you should be spitting seeds on grass either. I think it's disrespectful. I do. I think if you spit them in a cup, it's fine. Somebody's cleaning those seeds up. Somebody's going to clean them up. It ain't going to be you.
The birds.
You're going to end up like old boy's wife on that plane when she's picking up all the popcorn. Yeah, you pick up after yourself.
That's a callback to a story that I didn't even remember. And I was here.
There you go.
So wait, do they not do that in the majors anymore? I guess we've got a question for Sophia Minert the next time she's on.
The majors, I think they probably have people that clean it up. Now, should they? That's another question for another day. We won't get
disrespectful.
Into it,
Well, you're not spitting them out on the floor of your
seeds.
Tahoe, is my point. You'd be spitting them in a cup.
That's disrespectful, too. That's disrespectful.
But you'd be spitting them in a cup. So, no, you're not. All right. I tried to help. My assistance was not needed. Next.
Whoa, Nelly!
Matt in West Bend does say 8 chips for the road trip. He suggests for you to have there on hand. So
give him a bumper crop of chips.
The last one, the Milwaukee Bucks coaching search continues. The latest to be reported for an interview, Kelvin Sampson, former Bucks assistant, former Indiana head coach and Oklahoma head coach, currently the head coach at the University of Houston, where they've been a top 5 team and a Final Four contender over the last couple of years. Thumbs up or thumbs down on Kelvin Sampson? Tausch?
Thumbs down. No thank you.
I believe my position on the Bucks next head coach has been made abundantly clear, much to the consternation of many. I'll be holding out for Monty Williams. That is it for Whoa Nelly. We will wrap things up for the week for Tausch because of that Field Tap app doesn't work in a moving vehicle. Next, it's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you signups are now open for the inaugural ESPN Madison Open. Head to ESPNMadisonOpen.com to purchase your foursome today. The ESPN Madison Open tees off July 17th at Trappers Turn. We've partnered with Coors Light and the Catch Foundation for this exclusive event, and you can experience it too. You'll enjoy food, drinks, swag, and while getting in 18 holes with Wisconsin sports stars like me. But spots are limited. Head to ESPNMadisonOpen.com. That's ESPNMadisonOpen.com to sign up now.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com. Only 4 teams remain in the NHL playoffs, and 3 former Badgers are still hoping to skate their way to the Stanley Cup Final. Derek Stepan is a center for the Carolina Hurricanes, who are preparing for a semifinal matchup beginning Thursday against the Florida Panthers. Stepan played with the Badgers from 2008 to 2010. The Dallas Stars are getting ready for a Western Conference showdown with the Las Vegas Knights and hold 2 former Badgers on their roster, including Joe Pavelski and Ryan Suter, who were teammates in 2004 at Wisconsin.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Show me the love.
When you put your eyes on Jordan Love, can you tell me if he's going to be good or not?
From the little bit I've seen of him, yeah, I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to be good.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I want to say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just want to use your love tonight.
A text on the private talk and text line.
Pipe Jim.
Not Pipe Jim, but an avid listener. Why doesn't Tausch just give Max his iPad and let him stream Wedding Crashers during the drive and he won't need anything else?
That's good. Now that I think we found a source that is covering Wedding Crashers. Maybe I can. I want to watch it with him, though. And I'm not going to watch. So if that's Pipe Jim or whomever, I appreciate it, but no, we can't. We got to watch it together.
Are you going to watch it first before you watch it together to make sure you're okay with him watching it with you?
I don't know if there's a movie I've watched more in my life.
All right, so motorboating and other aspects to the film do not give you pause.
No, I had paused.
Vince Vaughn's relationship with Isla Fisher.
Yeah, I'm starting to think. Now, granted, you are the most overprotective, helicoptering parent of all time.
I understand.
You are the popped. I am not.
And I'm a lot like your mom when it comes to my viewing habits, I'm told.
Even I have to think, you're probably right. It needs to wait. Maybe, as Jesse said, maybe that's more something down the line. He watches with buddies when he's 26.
I think even if Max is
26,
even if Max is 26 or 40 years old and you're 80 and you're like, yeah, let's pop in Wedding. It's just not a movie that you really want to watch with your parents. It's all about the dynamic. Like, you watch that with your friends. You don't watch that one with your parents. There's other movies like that.
I have I have a hard time disagreeing with you, Jesse.
How about there's something about Mary?
That's why I like bringing ideas up, and I like fleshing or flushing it out. So you guys have kind of helped me think that I thought that it was pushing the envelope. And for me to say that, I think you guys are right. We are not going to watch Wedding Crash.
Okay. Well, we wish you safe travels.
We got to get the Chippewa Falls.
No sunflower seeds.
I'll be going through Chippewa Falls, I think. Hudson. Oh, you guys want me to call in? I can kind of go through the different
Wisconsin geography
road
Wednesday.
signs.
Yeah, what exit are you
road
at? Road
signs of where we're at.
Yeah.
You guys can guess where I'm at.
So having made that drive recently ourselves, there are a lot of dead zones during that drive on cell service. But I do think every so often you should check in with us, and we'll put a little pin in the Wisconsin map where the world is Mark Tauscher, and it'll be Wisconsin geography.
I'll make sure to call when we're in Chippewa Falls.
We got to get the Chippewa Falls.
That's it for us today. Jesse and I will be here tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be
Grinders.
good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin On Demand.
The Heat storm into Boston and still Game 1. Now the Celtics face a critical Game 2. Will they respond? Or are the Heat taking a 2-0 lead to Miami? Game 2 of the Celtics and Heat, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tomorrow.